Ooh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TEE-HEE
Stalemate.
TV. This week, we are going to be discussing Fallout Season 2, Episodes 3 and 6. And with me today is
3 through
Damian
6.
and Stone. Say hello, guys.
G'day.
This is an ambush. Hi, this is an ambush. I thought we were
Right.
gonna go. Okay, I guess we're gonna go through all the stuff because, yeah, you guys still got feet, don't you?
I mean, last time I checked, my
Yeah, well,
diabetes
they're
hasn't
kind of,
taken my feet from me yet.
yeah,
well,
like I figure one day, but for now they're good.
Yeah.
we'll prepare to get them in fuego.
Uh-oh. Is
I'm
this an
sorry.
ambush?
No habla español.
Prepare to have them put to the fire because that episode 3 was nothing like you guys said it was going to be.
How so?
Wait, what
That
happened in
told
episode
me
3 again?
jack shit about Barb. Not really.
Oh, right.
Not really.
Wait, what?
Now when we get further,
You're gonna
on,
have to remind me because I barely remember the last show.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened with Barb in that episode. I mean,
No, I mean the
nothing.
last episode of this show.
But nothing really. I mean, you guys were saying that when I was asking you guys about whether we kind of get more into, like I said, but by the time I get to the last episode, I'm still feeling more like you know what I'm saying, the ghoul now.
okay.
He's still got a soft spot. Like what is the fucking damn, like okay, did the centuries of thinking on this kind of soften his resolve about about who the fuck his wife was? Am I wrong on this?
I think what's keeping him like going after his family is mostly his connection to his daughter. He wants to keep his family together for the sake of his daughter.
But he can't. No, bro. Like I said, have the centuries kind of fucked up his perspective on this, on who his wife is. I mean, are we not understanding? Are we not understanding that their daughter should not be with her?
Yeah, which is I'm sort of wondering how that all panned out because the first time we see her, she's with him. The day the bombs dropped, she's with him.
Exactly.
But then I guess he must have gotten her to the mother because she had a place to survive this thing and he didn't.
I mean, you know what?
It's like yeah, she's an awful human being, but if my daughter's gonna survive,
Yeah, because what he's not. Oh God, because he's there's more to this. There's more to this.
and it's being pieced out too, and it's almost infuriating.
There's more. I feel like there was one more face to face that happened before before the centuries, but before the centuries of separation. There was one more face to face that happened, but I don't know what it fucking did to his psyche because he's definitely not looking at it from the lens that I will be looking at it. I'll be looking at it. I gotta get to my daughter because she's with a fucking monster.
It's like whether they're still in cryo sleep or whether she's roaming the earth and polluting her mind with God knows what.
But look at the details. When she went to Vegas to sell that cold fusion, you know what I'm saying, to Robert House, who the fuck did she have with her?
Hank.
Exactly.
Hank.
Who
Yeah.
who the fuck is looking over her right now?
Hank.
So let me let you understand something. Hot take, Hank was making bullshit threats.
So what you think that Hank is actually answering to her?
Oh, of course he is. Of course, he always was. She was firmly.
Wait, hold on. The person that Hank was talking to on like the intercom on like the radio when he first made it into New Vegas, you think he was talking to her on the other end of that?
Now that I don't know, but the one
Well,
thing
technically, it didn't seem like he was talking to anyone. I don't think he had a response, right?
recorded.
It was
Well, I,
it was
I
all
he
like
may not he
to me.
may
It
not have
felt
had a
like
response, but there was
it felt
somebody
more to me
listening
like,
on the other end of that.
I guess, yeah. I just, I don't know. I took it more as him almost like he was leaving a. Well, I guess it's a radio broadcast, but almost like he was leaving some kind of voicemail, almost.
I
But
still say that there was somebody listening on the other end of that.
possible,
Mm.
very possible. But I would still say
Original,
that
Originally, I thought it was Mr. House.
And I feel like they framed it that way, like to
Yeah,
make you, because that's what I thought too. But
but e-
the
but
more we've
either
seen
way,
of Mr. House, I don't. Well, and what I sort of somewhat know of Mr. House, I don't think so.
but either way these things go, I feel like the established the established lore is the established lore. What I mean is she is seen as a main architect and executive for Voltec. You know what I'm saying? She was the main one that was the face in the movement, you know what I'm saying, for what happened. So that there's no way that he's all of a sudden he may have risen in certain ways, but she's still an executive for Voltec. You know, like
Yeah,
that is still something. She's still in the special management sector, and I'm pretty sure that has certain protections and things like that. And yeah, I think it's just empty threats to make him feel like to keep confusing the situation. I don't know where he got confused. That's where I think the piece is missing at, because somewhere along the way he got a little confused. He got a little softened up. He's seeing a different perspective other than, like I said, when I'm thinking about man to man, father to father, you know what I'm saying, person who's been in relationships, things like this. And if I'm in that place and something like that happens, unless something dramatic happened between that, there's no way I'm confused about what my mindset is, especially on that person. But there seems to be something fuzzy there, and I'm not sure what it is. Really.
and so it. I mean, yeah, we're jumping around. We do that, but the last sort of thing we see with them two is, well, okay. From episode 6, she is saying there are worse people out there than me, and he says to her like, "Who could be worse than you?" After revealing he knows that she was the one behind the plan to drop the bombs. But then we do also see that scene in the elevator with
Michael Emerson.
Michael Emerson, who is part of the Enclave, which is another rival faction that really hasn't been gone into that much in the show. But yeah, we don't know who he's like. He didn't say he was part of Voltec, did he? In that
It was established in season 1 that he was a member of the
of the
Enclave.
Enclave, yeah. But at that
Yeah.
point in the past, though, when he confronts her in the elevator and says like, basically, you have to toe the company line, otherwise they will remove you. They'll remove me. I don't know if he said if he was part of Voltec or not, or if
What
there's
I what
this sort of
confuses me the most is how the hell is he alive back then when he was alive during season 1 in like what was it? Like when they were trying to get the cold fusion like relic.
See,
where
look,
dog
see,
meat came from, because I did
Yeah.
actually I bought season 1 on 4K and I did watch the first 2 episodes, and I was gonna watch more and just haven't gotten back to it. But
Yeah, like the
yeah,
only
so
way that he would have been able to be still alive is through cryogenic freezing.
yeah,
let's see,
so which
let's see. That's
tells me that he is a
is it
guy.
though?
Well, he's a
Is
guy
it?
who is at least in part someone somewhat important.
So there's nothing. So there's nothing in here because let's be clear on this, folks. I think we all as intelligent men here can agree that cryogenics
Hmm.
isn't exactly living forever. Can we agree on that?
Well,
I never said it was living
No, no, no,
forever.
no, no,
I
no, no,
did.
no, 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 no. I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm trying to make the point. I'm trying to at least establish a level foundation because what did they say that Robert House wanted more than anything?
to live forever.
So they already had
He,
cryogenics.
Well, I mean, look. I
well, he
mean,
has his own ways of doing that, though.
Yeah,
to anybody that played Fallout,
but who couldn't get access? But again, everything becomes a commodity. Everything becomes product. Everything can be sold.
That's true.
That's what was proven with the vaults. How do we sell the vaults? Boom. Uh-oh. People are surviving. How do we make them feel like the vaults will really protect them and make this thing like a sort of new thing? Oh, people are surviving. Let's trick them and drop another bomb on them. You know, so like you have you when you make the demand, it's like people got to a certain point where they created the demand. They created the demand for the product. So like either living forever, surviving, getting above the evolutionary scale of the way things have taken. I mean, now it becomes a product. Now evolve yourself. Whatever they're doing now, evolve yourself to where you can actually live forever or as close to that as possible. Because cryo sleep, cryo is just basically you're preserving yourself. But the moment you thaw, you start to you continue the
It
aging.
it's the pause button, basically.
Yeah.
but I mean,
So so
look,
Pause
bas- so
button of life.
so
I mean,
basically, that's who Hank is. So are we denying that's who Hank is?
No,
I mean, are we feeling like that Hank is simply a product of cryosleep?
well,
wait, what do you mean? I'm confused.
No, I'm just saying, Hank. Do we feel like Hank is something other than human? That he's been enhanced because,
No, I don't
or
think
is he
so.
just so you think he's just a product of just a long cryosleep?
I think so. Yes, I think he's still just deeply embedded in
Hmm.
the culture that he was part of. He still
In-
wants that promotion, even though
inter-
you know there's a
in-
wasteland out there. But he's still just like, I can get that promotion.
Interesting. Interesting. So there's
I've still
no
got
sort
someone
of
to impress.
it's all these weird beings and these things out here. There's no you get none. So none of you guys feel like there's no weird, what I'm saying, humanoid enhancements that's going on beyond the cryo sleep.
Not with Hank. No, I haven't gotten
Okay.
any clue
sorry,
in that.
I had to take my headphones off briefly. What did you say about Hank being some kind of enhancement?
Is Hank evolved in some way?
No, I
And
don't think so.
Hmm. That's interesting. I find that very, very interesting.
What, that he's not evolved, or the possibility that he is
That
evolved?
that he's not like that's just simply a product of him having a long cryo sleep and he's just good through all, what I'm saying, through all of it. That's what happened because it didn't happen because it didn't happen for Blind Al. I do believe she was a secretary back then before everything happened.
Well, that's already established that she's a secretary.
So how did she get that old and he didn't?
well, they've both been awake for some like let's say Lucy's mid-20s, so he's been awake for 25 years or whatever the fuck. Let's say she's 30. He's been awake for 30 years. Whatever that time frame may be, and I think
Look, are
I
you
can't
guys
remember.
are you guys familiar with the movie Underworld?
Yeah,
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay.
In that movie, you have the different vampire elders, and the vampire elders are only awake one at a time. I think of what they're doing with the overseers in the vaults as the same way. The overseers are only brought out of cryosleep at different times.
Okay, definitely heard
So
that.
so Blind Al was taken out of cryosleep first,
Yeah.
and then um that's why she appears older.
Okay,
Yeah, and
okay,
so Hank looks younger because he was taken out sooner. Does that make sense?
okay. I mean, if that's the, hey, if it's that simplified, maybe like I said, I was even saying that about some other things about this show on Netflix called His and Hers. That that somebody
Is
that
that
somebody
that John Bernthal movie or TV show?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
super.
don't think I've even heard of this.
It's a little convoluted for my taste, but it has some interest, but a little convoluted. But it does kind of play more into this. It weirdly plays into it. It's sort of weird how we do that. Well, I kind of did that, just kind of making a point, but it kind of weirdly plays into the show that we're talking about right now, Fallout. Like just kind of how, like, and I will say, as a journalist and someone who is a big proponent of the truth, I will say this. I did see more. I have seen more black male extras in the grouping, you know what I'm saying, in this season, you know what I'm saying, in this season with the Vaults. I will say that. I have seen, and I think I might have seen one African American male middle manager that was thawed out um by the little guy. I forget his fucking name.
Uh,
Moises somebody.
is it no Norm? Is it Norm?
He's the other
That
little
doesn't.
guy with the snack club. Is that the guy with the snack club?
Oh wait, yeah, actually, yeah, maybe. I'm
The
bad
other
with
guy,
names.
Hank's son. Hank's
Unless it's like
son.
the main guy. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly who you mean. I'm so bad with names. I'm either
Yeah,
great with names or I'm terrible with names.
but yeah, it's Hank's son. Like I said, I did see one of the middle managers that was African. Again, I want to make sure that I just feel like it's just it. Like I said, to me, it almost still says okay. It's almost like this weird sort of like we have the future pretending to be the way past, still operating like it's the way past, and like it's just I just don't know. This is the part that gets kind of, but real quick, just I'll put a pause on that real quick. His and Hers. It's about this couple that used to be, well, that still is married technically, interracial couple. But even though they try to act like, even though they try to in some ways try to act like that wasn't the thing, but it was the thing. It it's sort of those it's sort of the weird thing that they were doing. That they're in Georgia, in this small town that's sort of that's sort of in a weird proximity to Atlanta. And what they're trying to do with Tessa Thompson is act like in this town of Dahlonega that oh yeah, she's so, you know what I'm saying, so locked into her culture. Oh my God. She goes back to her childhood. She goes back to her childhood home in her bedroom, and she's got TLC. She got TLC poster on the wall because of course Atlanta. Whatever, dude. But it was funny. It was funny how they did that, and how they again.
Was TLC no Scrubs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's funny. It's funny how what music does and what music doesn't get out to the world at large. You know what I'm saying? It is. I think we would benefit to have more international friends and connections when you do shows, because that'll really help you know the truth on what's really getting out to the world at large. Like Like, who in Australia knows about, like, do people in Australia, say how much is Kendrick Lamar truly liked in Australia from an Australian?
I like what I've heard. As far as other people's opinion, I have no idea.
Did you hear about the shows?
What show?
He did perform in Australia recently.
Maybe I heard about that. I don't keep up on shit anymore. Every time I fucking open X or something, I just don't care. Just go away. The world
Yeah,
is shit.
they were
Every
talking
time
about,
I
yeah,
open those fucking things, it's just like, hey, remember life is terrible? I'm like, no, life's actually okay for me. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore all this. I get it. The world
Well,
sucks, but
but Australia got got recognized for being probably the most hyped audience that he performed for.
yeah.
Yeah, really locked in, really saying the words, really loving when he, when he was doing Not Like Us, and they was really just locked in with him. They wanted they asked him to perform one more time. They perform Not Like Us one more time and everything like that. It was crazy. Like, it was like people on YouTube especially were really noting how lit, how lit the Australian crowd was.
I mean, we do go crazy for stuff, but then, I mean, not to take anything away from him, but there's also a lot of artists that don't come here very often.
Absolutely.
Now, I still haven't actually taken him up on it, but Tech Nine comes here quite often, and I've missed it every time. But I fucking swear to God, next time I'm gonna make it, because for years I've been wanting to see a Tech Nine show.
But yeah, but
Then other people, you'll see them once in maybe once in a decade, and I think it's the plane out here, the trip. There's various factors why people don't come here.
please, like I said, it's just
Well,
again,
supposedly. But then, yeah, again, other people from the same country come out like annually. So I don't know.
seeing the world is still seeing the world to me. If you're not going there, then you're not seeing it. So I like, no matter what kind of trek I've taken, I've taken different trips. Nothing as long, nothing nowhere near as long as that. I haven't even gone over to Europe. That's one of my things that I hope to fucking do is go over to Europe, or at least go over and see other continents for sure. But
I always forget how long the plane flight is. It's either, I think it's 14 or 17 hours, something like that. But to me, I'd just be like, I'll just take some kind of sleeping pill or something and just let it pass by if I were to take that kind of flight.
But
I mean, you could road dog it like people are doing, like the kids are doing these days. But fuck that.
Hey, no more kids. No more kids. All right.
No ditty parties.
No condoms on. No more kids. But basically, it's about, like I said, this couple that was centered around that the loss of their child. Eventually, as we find out, she ends up just leaving, just kind of ghosting everything. For after that, then just kind of like coming back into a situation where, see, but it's the way they played it, and it's a very, I hate using that word a lot, overusing the word convoluted, but it's like when you see it, you can't help but to keep repeating the word. This shit is convoluted. It really is. Like it's just the way they did shit. It's like they have her as the narrator, which makes you feel already that she may have had some sort of involvement in the way they position certain things. And oh crap, let me see. I may just have to give me a quick second. I may just have to go and get my charger just so I don't leave you guys too soon. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how about those Mets?
Yeah, I know those Mets, man.
What else we got? I still think we should do and I probably should have said this first time we say it, but I'll repeat it. We should do Predator Badlands at some point.
Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
That's one I'm
What did
thinking.
you?
I'm definitely thinking I'll
But
pick up on 4K when it comes out next month sometime.
but preliminary thoughts. What did you think of it?
I loved it. I had a great
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Like I kind of going into it as like Predator hero. I was like, okay. Like I had hope. Like the trailers looked good, but I was like, how's that going to work? And it worked a lot better than I expected. Thought they did a great job, and I would love to see more of it.
I hope that the guy that did Predator Badlands comes back to do another one because he seems to he seems to do a good job with the Predator franchise.
He had. I read a thing from. It was like a recent thing ish from a con he did a con or something he did at some point where he said he had plans for 3 Predator movies that included Killer of Killers, this one, and an unannounced movie. So I'm intrigued as to what that is.
Okay, didn't he also do the movie Prey?
He did, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
so far
Prey
he's
was a
been,
good movie too.
he's been knocking it out of the park so far.
Yeah. And I wasn't too sure about the movie Prey because I was like Native Americans uh going up against the Predator. It's just like, man, that's gonna be kinda difficult to pull off.
It's sort of like if you're just to go off that, you're like, that sounds kind of stupid, but it's like, no, it's actually really cool. It's a great
Yeah.
fucking movie.
It was. It was really well done. And how she outsmarted the Predator was kind of interesting, using its technology against it.
Yeah, man, like I think we talked about, I don't know if it was on air or off air at some point, we talked about how the whole, like, the same dipshits that say this about everything. He's like, oh, it's Mary Sue. It's like, no,
It
I
wasn't
never got that.
Mary
Not
Sue.
once. That definitely applies in certain places, but stop overusing shit. Because that's why people look at you and go, what a fucking dullard. Welcome back, Star.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Glad to be
welcome
here.
back.
But real quick, just to kind of put a pin on what my point was and bring it around to why I think his and hers. Hold on 1 second.
What?
Okay. But yeah, it's the same as people who overuse woke or pick any number of things. It's like if you use it way too much and in the wrong context or point it at the wrong thing, all you're doing is weakening the word and making not only yourself look like a dipshit, but anyone who even uses that look like a
Well,
dipshit.
here's an
When it
example.
when it certainly has applicable uses.
Well, here's an example of that word being overly used. You know that video game Fable that's going to be coming out this year?
Yeah.
Everybody hated on that game because of how the main character looked. They said that the character looked ugly and that the character model, like the actress that was being used as the model for the main character, was uglified and everything, and everybody was hating on it. Well, then in a recent direct showcase for Xbox was
It was
showing
like
off what they
the
have
last
for
like couple
Fable.
days or so, right?
Yeah, it was like a day or two ago.
Yeah.
They showed that the game actually has a character creator, so you can play as male or female and make your character look how you want the character to look. So everybody who was hating on the game because of how the character in the trailer looks, their
Still
complaints
here,
were
by the way.
completely pointless. Nobody like it was all for nothing. And yet now that we have confirmation that the game has a character creator, people are still finding a reason to complain. And it's
Because
just like,
that's what they need at this point. It's fuel almost.
it's like, dude, you now have you like what are you complaining about? Like in this whole showcase for the game, it's like this is basically Fable. That's what it is. It's Fable. and yet you're still not happy? What the fuck?
And also, like, how can you not question people whose whole thing is like, I need to want to fuck the woman I'm playing as, or that is in this game. It's like it's
Oh,
a fucking game, dude. Like,
yeah, just like
oh,
seriously.
she's not the pinnacle of fucking beauty. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Is the
that I
story
never
good? Like,
understood.
is the gameplay like you're focusing on the wrong things?
When
And
I'm
oh god,
when I am forced to play as a female character in a video game, yes, I want the character to be attractive. Because if I'm going to be playing a female character for an extended period of time in a video game, I'd like to have a nice ass to look at.
I mean, you can at least give us that because
Yeah,
most of the time it is going to be from behind.
yeah, but that's about as far as it goes. That's about as far as it goes. Because I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's a video game character. I mean, what did Holden McNeil say in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? It's like fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at
Fictional
all?
characters.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's just such a weird thing to me. It's like, of course I want hot as fuck women in the game. If they're not absolutely just 10 out of 10s, do I give a shit? No.
No.
Why would I?
I
Are
mean,
they
I'm fine with a
actual
good 8.
object of attraction? Oh, so 8's your baseline. Anything below an 8, and you're just like, ugh, not playing
Yeah.
that shit.
Like, oh, I don't want a 7. Ugh.
Ugh, that's terrible. I went to school with a guy who I fucking hope to God he was joking. But I remember at the time he for some reason told a group of his friends that he jerked off to the strippers in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And even then I was like, is that this guy should be hospitalized?
What the fuck?
I love that game. I've played that game. Never would I consider that. The internet exists. Real women exist. What the fuck is wrong with you?
First off, why would you tell somebody that?
Not only one person. Like, I think there was like, it was definitely like a group of us at the time. I was like, why? Why are you telling us this? Don't. No.
This is like
No.
something you would never tell somebody.
No, it's a terrible, dirty secret that you keep to yourself. Maybe on your deathbed.
Jerking off the crackos, good times.
Not even actual crack hoes, just digital fictitious crack hoes.
With not even that many. I mean, a reasonable amount of polygons at the time, but even still.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Like, if today you were just like, I jerked off to Stella Blade, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, it's still weird, but and it's pretty realistic looking. There's some nice fucking tits. Okay, I kind of get it.
If someone had enough bravery to say, you know what, man, I rubbed one out to dead, you know what I'm saying, to dead or alive volleyball scenes, I couldn't blame them.
I mean,
you couldn't? I would.
I couldn't blame him. I couldn't blame a guy for doing that.
I mean, it's
Okay.
dead or alive volleyball. I mean,
That is kind of the whole point. But
yeah,
because I was playing Vice City at the time, I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's strippers, and it's kind of like, oh, TEE-HEE strippers, but I never just like, oh god, I need to beat one out. This is so fucking cool.
But yeah, you get you get, you know what I'm saying, but like I said, but I'm telling you, like you're a guy, like let's just be honest here. Let's do a little bit. Let me do a little something here. Let's get in the time capsule. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me see.
Damn it, I thought you had something immediate. We're to wait.
Okay,
Charles, what do you think he's coming up with?
That one came out. I was just trying to get a date on that one. Oh yeah, 2003. Oh my god, Extreme Beach Volleyball, dead or alive. Now, do you understand that was like God, early 20s.
I mean,
That was like early,
I never actually played those. I remember like the promotional stuff, and I can't imagine the game comparing to, because the promotional stuff was like you sort of, pre-rendered. It's just like, it almost to what you get for games now. It's like, okay, that is pretty hard. It's still fake, kind of weird because it's fake, but it's hard. But the game itself, at that point in time, them titties had to be pretty pointy, right? No way they were
Whoa.
bouncy.
Oh, bro, then you did. Come on, man. Then you did not. Then you did not take in the beauty that was Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball.
I,
Yeah, you couldn't have
I've
took it
missed
in
a great experience.
because you would know you would know the natural moves, the audible sounds that they would make, the digs, the dives into the sand. I mean, it looked incredible. Am I wrong, Charles? It looked incredible. Am I wrong on this?
Well, I mean, I never played Dead or Alive volleyball. I'm only familiar with it by reputation.
You never see any clips or anything?
So,
No, I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what did you
as
think
I
about
like
base?
move my eyes from side to side.
I'm starting to think Charles and I are grown-up pervs, but Stone is an elderly perv.
Nope. I'm a super senior of perv.
Is that like unhoused or
Huh?
unalived? All these fucking
No, that
things
means
they come up with.
that means at college for extra years, but getting no masters.
Lots of mustard debating, right?
No, definitely not.
No.
No, definitely not. A lot of plain doctor, but having no residency.
All right. Let's move on.
Hey, if you know what they say. If you know, you know. But the point I felt like with his and hers, with at least with Teresa Thompson, I'm getting her name right, or was it Tessa Thompson? I'm sorry, with Tessa Thompson.
I think it's Tessa. And I was trying to think of where I know that name from. I really know that name. And now I'm gonna have to look it up.
She played Valkyrie in the Thor movies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Yes, and part of the girl boss team, and part of the super girl boss team on Annihilation. It should be us. It should be us. But anyway, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But she was in this. It's almost like Netflix was recreating the character. You know what I'm saying? The one black female that was on You. That was a point of his. That was a point of Joe's obsession. The kind of like, but the thing they changed up was that he made her more of a. She was born there. They really didn't talk too much on anything else because it would have to speak too much because Tessa Thompson, to my knowledge, is biracial. Unless I'm just reading into that myself.
I mean, the last name Thompson, I would guess, because Thompson seems like a very white name.
Okay, but anyway, I
mean, Tessa does it a little bit, but I could see that being a little more diverse than just Thompson. I'm like, yeah, that's white.
See, I think you just caught up on the Thompson twins, 80s, you know what I'm saying, 80s sensation, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Do you even know them?
No. I mean, maybe, but off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, the Thompson twins. I mean, they were weird because they were called the Thompson twins, but the group had 3 people in it.
Da Fook?
Couldn't figure it, bro. 80 shit. 80 shit. Right said Fred. Right said Fred. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody in the group's name is Fred. You know,
Yeah, that
ZZ
one I
Top,
do remember. Yeah.
ZZ Top. You got ZZ Top, the guy, the drummer in the band's last name is Beard, and he's the only one who has no beard in the band.
See, that I didn't know, and that's kind of bonkers.
Isn't it?
At least wear a fake beard. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Like that was the idea that the
But
guys
do
came
you
up
think
with.
do you think that was their thing? Like the other two guys are just like, no, you don't get a beard.
No, I just think it was their thing, and it was sort of like a thing that he didn't have to do. But when you find out that his last name is Beard, it just makes it even more. It just makes it even funnier when you realize his last name is Beard.
Can you imagine the shame if your last name is Beard and you can't grow one? She's like, yeah, I get a neck beard. Like that doesn't count. No, 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 no.
He had a Tom Selleck-esque mustache for sure. You know, and a mullet and a mullet with a party in the back that was just 80s fucking just nostalgia, bro.
He's like, a mullet is the beard of the head. It's like, no, beard is the beard of the head. You fucking psychopath. Mullet doesn't count.
I'm just saying he had that curly mullet thing on the party in the back. Shit, he was back there doing this thing. I mean, it was the funniest thing. Like I said, it was just even funnier the fact that he did not that he was the only one in the band. There was only three of them, but he didn't have a beard. And then it just mind blowing. And when you realize his last name's Beard, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like oh my god.
I feel like you almost have to lean into that as hard as possible. Like just be completely clean shaven, maybe even shave the head and everything.
Look, I would probably say the best. What would you say is the best? What would you say, in your opinion, is the best, most accurate band name that you've ever heard?
Wait, the most accurate what
Like,
now?
what's the
Most accurate band
criteria?
name. Just what you decide the criteria. What if you want to explain what makes it accurate for you, you certainly can. But usually, if it is pretty accurate, you'll pretty much know why it's accurate once you hear it, once you say what you feel like it is. So, but
I would say anal cunt.
There's a band called that.
There was.
And you feel like based on what you know of the band, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool beans. What about you? What about you, Charles?
Oh God! All right, you guys are probably gonna think I am a sappy sob for saying this, but there is a group that I listen to that makes music that is very fitting for their name. The name of the group is called Two Steps from Hell. And
Never heard of them.
yeah,
I don't think.
yeah,
Okay.
their music is orchestral and like classical and like in the wheelhouse of like OSTs and film scores.
Okay.
And
So is it like somewhat darker orchestral stuff, but
no,
not like no?
Or it's more Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
no. It's the group is composed of two people, Nick Phoenix and Tom Bergeson, and they make music mostly for like marketing campaigns and trailers. And they released their music to the public about maybe 10 years ago, and they've been doing it ever since. And their music is just chef's kiss. It's beautiful. It's really well done. It's very inspiring. And like one of my favorite pieces from them is called Heart of Courage. Just I love that song. That musical piece. It's amazing. Another good one is called Undefeated. Another one is called Hypnotica. Just I'm a fan. I love them, and I think
All right, you son of a bitch. I'm adding it to my list. Two Steps from Hell.
yeah. Two Steps
And
from Hell is the name of the group.
and obviously,
Okay.
from what he said, he must feel like they're 2 steps from hell because obviously they've sold their soul to the devil to gain fame and good musics.
Well, it's supposed to be a reference to heaven because what is 2 steps from hell? Heaven.
I would say
Oh,
Purgatory,
No, no. You
I
have
guess.
you have hell, then purgatory, then heaven, and heaven is 2 steps from hell because you have heaven, purgatory, and then hell. So
But that'd
yeah,
be one step from hell.
no, it's heaven. It's referencing heaven.
well, mine 4 non-blondes.
What?
4 non-blondes.
So what are they?
They're a band
No,
that
no. I
has.
mean, no. They're not. They're non-blondes. So what are they? You know what? Never mind. I'm being a smartass.
See, you can't
That's a good
guarantee
point.
they all.
I'd never thought of that though. So
Oh,
is it a
so every
mix? Are
so
they
so
all brunettes? Like,
see that's the thing. Like that. See now what? Now see is brunette. Is it just all brown or is black included? Is black hair included in the brunettes?
or is it like hazelnut? Oh,
Are redheads in the redheads are not brunettes,
it's a
right?
little nutty. Oh,
Redheads, right? I mean, come on. I mean, redheads. Am I right? I mean, am I right?
I do love me a redhead.
Yeah, yeah. Who
Sometimes,
does?
sometimes.
Redheads are a little fiery.
A lot of times the carpets do match the drapes, and the whole house is on fire. Oh, I made Stone leave. My God, it wasn't that bad. Damn.
Holy shit. I think we scared him off. Come back, you prude.
Yeah. You like those white devils with their red hair. Any man does, except the ones that have too many
Even though
freckles.
I'm
Then it
more
gets scary.
partial to brunettes.
I was gonna say I'm a blonde guy, which yeah, is typically true, but
You see, I don't like blondes. I don't.
no, I do, but not like the plastic blonde. You know?
If the woman looks like Barbie, I'm not interested.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I've never been into that whole like even just fake tits. Like it's very rare that I'm
Okay,
just like, yeah, that
here's
looks
a
good.
hot take. I don't find Margot Robbie attractive.
I mean, I do, but she's never been one that I'm just like, oh yeah. It's not like a yeah. She's never been one that I'm just like, I don't know.
There is
She's like,
only
yeah, she's attractive.
there's only one blonde woman that that I've ever found to be attractive in recent years.
He-Man.
No,
Wow.
Vanessa Kirby.
Oh damn it! I know that name.
Yeah,
Why
she
do I know?
played Invisible Woman in the Fantastic Four movie.
Ah, okay. Which I'm yet to see, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, oh man, just something about her. Just oh man.
It's like, why you gotta be invisible all the time? Why don't you show them titties?
Oh yeah.
Just be all invisible except for them. Them bits what I like. I'm sorry to put that on you. But I know
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking.
No, it's just the first time I ever saw her on camera was like on screen was in the movie Hobbs and Shaw
Which I
with
still haven't seen, but I want to. I've got to get caught up on that franchise because it's dumb, but it's fucking fun.
it's a good movie. I like it. And she just the way she had her hair in that movie and
Mm.
how there was like this outfit that she was wearing in the movie when she was in an interrogation room when she was being interrogated by Dwayne Johnson and they were kind of flirting with each other and I saw how she like did her flirt game and I was like, "Oh god damn it, do that to me."
Hey,
It's
I'm the
like, yeah,
Rock. Check out my back. Check out my buff pecs.
I was talking about Vanessa Kirby doing that to me, not the other way around, Stone.
No. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, but I don't know. Look, man. I'm gonna say. Oh, am I coming through? All right.
hello? You
Let me
there?
do one. Let me do one thing. I just want to make sure. I try to see. Am I turning up my gain or I'm turning down the gain? How am I sounding right now? Am I too loud?
No, you're fine. Your
No,
audio is fine.
that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, man. I just like I told you guys, said last week. I've come to a point where I don't have an issue with with people like me playing villainous roles and everything like that.
Okay.
I just
Guys in white hoodies?
what are you talking about, man?
Wait, how did that scene play out in Django Unchained where they were all trying to put on the masks and they were like ridiculing the one guy's wife for not cutting the holes right?
This is why I did this. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? And this is not white. Number one, the fuck, man.
Oh, sorry, the cream colored hoodie.
This is gray ass, man.
That is not gray. Sir, that is not gray.
Do I have to come? Do I have to move a little closer to here to let you understand?
It doesn't matter how close you get, that is not gray.
This is a lighter shade of. Oh my god! Am I about to quote? Am I about to quote a album title? Oh my god!
A lighter shade of gray, otherwise known as white. It's the same color as your headphones. Are they gray too?
These are not white. These are not white.
Charles, we are being gaslit right now. Do you see this happening in real time?
Are these white?
Oh my god!
These are not white.
Oh boy, I have never been gaslit before. Oh man, it's a new experience. Oh wow!
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I suppose that mug doesn't have orange on it.
There's no fruit on this cup. Oh, I'm just joking.
No, there's a fruit
Yes.
drinking from it, but ha!
Please,
Fucking gotcha.
says the guy with the fancy accent. Now, the two of us, which one of us would be the fruit boy?
Wait, did you just say which one of us would be the fruit boy?
Out of the two of us,
I think the guy who says fruit boy.
what should I say? Ash Charger. Which one of us is the Ash Charger?
I mean, anything but fruit boy.
Which one of us would be the ass rammer? You know what I'm saying? I'm American, so I got to speak like that. Which one of us rams ass? You know what I'm saying? Which one of us out of the group of us?
That should have been your first instinct, but it wasn't.
Who rams a man's ass? Me or the I'll say? I don't want an international incident, folks. I don't want an international
An international incident of ramming ass.
man ass, by the way. Man ass. Man ass. okay, we've gone well past the. But I don't think that's. Is that wrong? Does that demonetize things?
What's
We're
dang
not
Ram
even
ass?
monetized.
Huh?
Well, we are. We just don't make any money because we don't get the views. But anyways,
Yes, because
Oh, we are monetized. Okay.
yeah, we are.
Damien
We certainly are.
because Damien has a has quite a following. I mean, we
What was
we
it, like
cannot.
6,000 subscribers or something?
Something like that. Yeah. So it 6,000 something. I don't know. But the point.
Ooh, aren't you popular?
No.
Well, that's
Look at
something that
this
we certainly.
fruit boy.
That's certainly something not to be overlooked, folks. It cannot be
That's gonna
ignored,
become a thing.
Michael. His numbers will not be ignored, Michael.
No, you'd be
Who the
surprised. They
fuck is
will.
Michael?
Oh God. Call back to Fatal Attraction.
I was
Oh,
just thinking of I was just thinking of Arrested Development.
yeah, that's what I
Michael,
was thinking of
my
too.
own brother, Michael.
No, see, there's only one thing. I'm telling you the most. You guys know what is the most famous line on Arrested Development?
I've made a huge mistake.
It's when
There you
Michael
go.
starts screaming no constantly.
When does he ever scream on that show? When did he ever scream?
No, there's a scene where Steve Carell's character goes like, "No, God, no, please, no," and he just
Dog.
says that
Okay,
over and
now you're
over.
on the.
That's what you're talking about, right?
I'm talking about
Oh,
Arrested Development.
Oh, God damn it! I was thinking about The
what has
Office.
happened?
I don't know.
I'm
I
like,
don't
'cause
know.
I'm like, when is he?
You
I'm
actually
like,
mentioned Arrested Development, but yet I had Office on the brain.
but like when I'm like, when did Jason Bateman's character ever scream? Like
Like
he never screamed. He never was visibly angry. Like he would be annoyed, mildly frustrated.
the only time I can imagine the only time I can remember him raising his voice was. Do you remember the cornholer? It was like a
How did I
deep.
confuse
It was like a
Jason
deep
Bateman
fryer
with Steve
that the
Carell?
family made that like was made to it made cornholes, and it was basically just a burning, like you would get third degree burns if you even touched it. And they pulled it out one time, and Jason Bateman like he got his thing, he got his hand on the edge, and he's just like every goddamn time. But
I need
other
to
than
watch
that,
Arrested
never raised his
Development.
voice. Oh, it's so good.
I've
Well, the
been
first
told
three are
that I should.
perfect. The last two, they had there's some great stuff in there, but the first three seasons are fucking perfection.
I've been told that I should avoid the last season.
I wouldn't say avoid it, but I would say lower your expectations. But the first three seasons, perfection. Some of the greatest TV ever made. I stand by that.
It isn't like the guy with the mustache. Doesn't he get like completely painted blue?
Yes, he does, because
Yeah.
he's auditioning for the Blue Man Group.
Or in his cutoff shorts, in his cutoff jean shorts, he was also auditioning for the Gay Man Group.
Well, yeah.
He just thought he was fooling everybody.
He's a never nude. He could literally never be nude.
But yeah, but still, you cannot be nude in nice little swim shorts. You can walk around nice little swim shorts, you know. But he walks around in in the pride panties.
And at some point, you have to be nude. You got to change those fucking things. Or, I mean, I guess if you put some detergent in like a hot tub or something, I suppose that kind of counts, and you let yourself dry in the sun.
Are you
Maybe
considering pride panties, Damian?
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say I'm not a fruit boy.
Yes, because we all know that Damian hates kiwi.
He doesn't hate kiwi. He hates the kiwis.
I've never tried a kiwi, but yes, Charles is correct. I might hate the fruit too, but I hate those fruits from that other fucking art. Oh, just don't even get me started. Fish. It's fish. These fucking sons of bitches.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It was just my reminiscing on just saying, you know what, man, people all over the world have issues with people's sense of language and display and depiction. It just shows how close really y'all are in this world, man. You know, it really shows.
Thing. I like the New Zealand accent for comedy. Love Flight of the Conchords. And there's other various, things that I like. But generally, it annoys me. Because in everyday conversation, it annoys me.
Because they can only exist as an over the top cartoon.
I think that's how you consider my people too. So
no. See, we consider come on now. Like we consider Australians are the guys that they might wrestle a croc.
They Vegemite, right? They might wrestle a croc.
They might pull out a real knife on you. You know what I'm saying? They might run a wasteland. You know what I'm saying? They might run a wasteland and you know what I'm saying, and go psycho on you. You know what I'm saying? They might catch you in the upback. And we just, I think
this is not getting better.
The overall feeling,
this is not getting better.
I'm sorry, but the overall feeling of Australians is that, with the guys, that man, they're kind of rough and tumble and dangerous. Dangerous.
Do I look dangerous? Please say yes.
Charles, you gonna answer? Was that for me to answer? Because
don't say I'm a little fruit boy.
You're asking the wrong guy. You're asking me to rate what dangerous looks like. Should I rate? I should judge what dangerous looks like.
This is a trap, Charles. This is a trap.
You know what? If it's a trap, I'm not going to be a part of this. Nope, don't count me in.
Stone is setting a trap. Do not walk into it.
I'm not taking the bait. Nope.
No way, folks. No way. I just think, look. No. I'm just saying that I don't know. The bar is really well, I would probably say the meter is really sensitive on the danger meter as far as I go. See, it's like the bar is low. So what's okay? Dangerous to me is, I don't know, man. Like those those tribal guys, man. They get the tattoos all on their face like that, man. I mean, that kind of gives a sense.
Oh yeah, like anyone with a face tattoo that isn't Post Malone, look out. Post Malone seems like a very sweet guy from what I've seen, but anyone else is just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and
I'll go even more. I got to go even more specific than that. I got to go, like I said, those tribal guys. I mean, I got to look at those guys and be like, okay, these guys might be dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, these guys I think a lot of those traditional tattoos are done with it's like ink and wood or some shit. Like kind of brutal way if you want to do it like traditionally or whatever. I think it's kind of like it's fucking hardcore.
It amazes me how people think that the tattoo gun is like this. It's like this blissful experience. It's really.
I've never thought that, but I feel like I would take that over sharpened wood or whatever the fuck the process is.
I've
I don't.
had a tattoo gun done to my arm without ink. I have a cousin that's a tattoo artist,
I thought you were
and
going to say it was a sadist.
yeah, he didn't do it like maliciously. Like he asked me if I would ever get a tattoo done, and I said possibly, but I don't know what it's like to get a tattoo done. He's like, here, I have a tattoo needle right here. I'll just like line it across your arm to show you what it feels like. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I laid my arm down on a table, and he took the tattoo needle and just did a straight line on my forearm, and it really wasn't bad. It it was nothing. I mean, it stung a little, but it was really not that big of a deal.
It wasn't like because you sort of hear conflicting things. People say either yeah, it's not so bad or it's fucking horrible. But then I guess it's yeah, I mean
My
yeah.
my cousin told me that it depends on where you get the tattoo done.
Yeah, that I was just about to say that. Yeah,
I was getting tattooed here. I was feeling it all the way up here.
okay, but there's so many nerves and whatnot there. So I guess that's kind of because
I
was
would assume I would assume that getting a tattoo on your face is probably one of the most painful
it
because
gotta be right.
because it's like right on the bone.
It's almost nothing but bone, unless you're like you know 600 pounds, in which case it's like yeah, good luck finding the bone. But
Yeah,
otherwise.
but I would never get a tattoo on my face. Like, why would I?
That's like I've wanted to get a tattoo for years. It's more just I've never decided on something I want specifically. There's a couple things I would like, but I don't know where I would put them. And both of them, to this point, both of them are logos for bands.
Wait, you would get a tattoo of a logo for pants?
No, a band. I'm sorry. I misspoke, I guess. Or I can't
So,
speak at all.
so there's a
One of
band
the
called Pants.
No, I mean probably.
Okay, you said
I want to get a tattoo of the entire screenplay of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, all down my back.
I don't think we
couldn't.
can be friends after that.
I don't think I could be alive after that. It's like, oh, that was like $3,000 waste. So I'm going to jump off a bridge in Minecraft.
Yes, we have to reiterate in Minecraft.
Yes.
We're going to do what the bankers did after the stock market crash and jump off of a building in Minecraft.
Oh man, I'm just trying to tell you, man. I
Stop
think I
showing
think
off
the only
things. It's like, can you start again? I'm just gonna wait. I don't even have the
no
solo
look,
layout.
don't do it.
Never
Don't
mind.
do it. Don't do it. Yeah, because don't do it because this hoodie is not providing the movement I need to even show
That
everything
extremely
right
white,
now.
definitely not gray hoodie.
Deep. You know what? I guess what you're telling me is that I need a better camera, and I
If
can
that's
take that.
gray, I'm Asian. How dare you
How,
take a sip?
how much
You
do
have
we
power
really know?
moves.
How much do we really know about Australia?
More than would be nice.
I mean, the only thing I know about Australia is that pretty much your entire collection of wildlife wants to kill you.
Yeah, there is that. Koalas have chlamydia.
How many
Lots of
humans?
snakes.
How many humans have kangaroos murdered?
Directly or indirectly?
I say directly. How would they do it indirectly? What car crash?
Oh yeah, you hit a kangaroo with your car. At the very least, that car is totaled.
They're they're that big and solid.
Oh yeah, I've heard many stories.
Wow, and they've caused a wreck. But I mean, like, okay, I was saying that maybe they caused a wreck where people were trying to swerve them and ended up wrecking. But how did they've actually killed someone in direct confrontation?
They have to have. Like, I'm sure.
I You might get beat up. You might get
I
beat
mean,
up. I don't.
these motherfuckers drown dogs.
Okay,
Tell me they haven't killed a
dogs
man.
bite, dogs bite and scratch things.
Well, so do people.
You know what I'm saying? Dogs bite and scratch things. Sometimes they don't know when they don't know. Sometimes they don't know when enough's enough. So that's a different thing. I mean, I think with a kangaroo you might get beat up. Koalas is not killing anybody.
Well, koalas are stupid.
Oh, hey,
No, that's not entirely true. They are stoned all the time.
I thought it was established that koalas have smooth brains.
It might be, but it's probably because they're stoned all the time.
well, hey, you know what? Well, Xander seemed to like the smooth ones. On Fallout. By the way, he didn't like the rough. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like the weird skins. He liked the smooth.
Xander, Kamal Nanjiani, the
Super Bollywood. Super
Well,
Bollywood.
Paladin.
that is typical for the Brotherhood of Steel. They think of anything that is not clearly human as abominations.
The codex is clear on this.
Yeah, that's pretty typical of Brotherhood of Steel.
Which that's another thing I saw as a complaint about the show was that that sequence where what did you say his name was?
Xander.
Where Paladin Xander was showing off his super killer fighting skills, which he'd been threatening Maximus with. And people are just like, oh, this fight scene is bad. I'm like, I think it's meant to represent that this guy is full of shit and is not good. He's all talk.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, but is there a way? I mean, like I said, if you've never seen someone with a rocket powered sledgehammer before, I mean, how could you know if someone is properly trained to use a rocket powered sledgehammer?
It's called the Super Sledge.
And it feels good to use.
It does. It is a great melee weapon, especially when it's fully upgraded.
Yeah.
Oh, from your game experience on Fallout, I no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
in Fallout 4, I believe.
Okay, 1 second. What is that? But I was hearing some feedback. I don't know into my headphones. I don't know if you guys were hearing that.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Wow, this mic is pretty damn good because I damn sure was getting that. Jesus Christ, it was annoying. But at any rate,
Noise canceling headphones or
these here,
yeah.
They didn't specifically. These were the Behringer ones. These were. I mean, they didn't exactly say that, but they did say they were pretty. They were pretty good though. But I think these headphones in connection with the mic, I think it's just kind of helping to keep all the bullshit out unless I make adjustments to invite it in more. So
Yeah, the ones I'm wearing now aren't, but they block out more than the actual noise canceling headphones I've got, which are still pretty good. But it's just you get sort of a base of just, as you would call it, white noise.
okay. I mean,
But,
I don't know.
yeah, those
Maybe.
headphones are great, but they're not good for this show. They're Bluetooth headphones, but the audio quality sucks for voice. Audio is great. Like if I'm listening to stuff, fine. But I tried them on this show, and people are just like, he sounds like he's in a warehouse. I'm like, fuck. Fine. Forget it.
So you guys, so both of you guys have a wealth of experience, of using the super sledge, as it were. Oh my God. Somebody, you guys, you should have please. There could have been a better name for that, but okay. We have to go with it. It is what it's being called, what is being called. So the super sledge, there's a way to become proficient at it in a way that he was not.
To a point, like and that's something we've been introduced to. I wouldn't go up against a death claw with one, but then that might
No.
be if you got the right build, maybe. But I still think no.
The only weapon that you should use when going up against a Deathclaw is a mini nuke launcher.
Yeah, basically that or something you can sink a lot of damage into while not being anywhere near that motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Okay.
Which is another thing, actually, I saw like a behind the scenes video, and I love the amount of practical stuff they're putting into this show. Like that
yes,
was
agreed.
largely like a Jurassic Park style, like a puppet kind of thing.
All right, now can I say something about the Deathclaw? The Deathclaws, from what I understand about pre-established lore, is that the Deathclaws were created after the bombs fell.
No,
They weren't?
they were created by the government as like a weapon of war.
Really?
Hmm.
I
Which
didn't
is
know
why
that.
it was so cool to see them, because we've never seen it in any context in the games, because any pre-war stuff is typically pretty peaceful and you don't really get any of that kind of thing. But seeing it in action, like in the pre bombs falling timeline was cool. Because like, can you imagine? Like, yeah, we've got power armor and shit, but then you're going up against the enemy, and then all of a sudden, this fucking thing comes out. Like in the
That was
wastelands, in the post-apocalypse, you're seeing all sorts of shit. But in that time, seeing that fucking thing come out, it would be just like you'd be speechless.
Yeah, I was wondering why Deathclaw was in the like the battle going on in Alaska.
Which that was that the opening of 3,
I think so. I'm not sure.
where Cooper's
Um,
like he's encountering like the Chinese soldiers. They fuck up his power armor. He's like he's on the ground. He can't do anything.
no,
Then the
that
Death
is
Claw
going to.
comes out and kills them all.
Let me see. That is going to be 4, I think.
That was 4.
Yeah, that was 4 because 3 focuses more on establishes a story because it rounds out around that time. That's sort of the way. I guess that's sort of the way they do it. I mean, and the way, if you look at the episodes and when they start out, when you look at like how the title of the show is designed, it kind of lets you know what it's sort of what the focus is going to be. So at the beginning of this show, you've seen the bottle caps, and you've seen Fallout on the, saying as like a brand name, saying on the bottle caps, like to symbolize that the story was going to start and end with the ghoulish kids and whatnot, where they're working in this factory for whatever reason that they're working and doing these caps. And but I guess
For what's his name? Is it Thaddeus? I think his name's
uh,
Thaddeus. It was like his almost like a sort of rival for Maximus. No, maybe not a rival, but like he was like a guy who was kind of a prick to him when he was in the Brotherhood initially, when he was just like a guy like everybody else. And
well,
then eventually, I think he bought something off the like the snake oil salesman, right? And that's what turned him into a ghoul.
Yes, that did turn him into a ghoul.
The guy who is now under Hank's control.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Very, very funny comedian named John Daly.
I feel like
I mean,
not the golfer.
John Daly, the golfer that was in Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, different guy. Equally, I mean, I don't know that much about John Daly, the golfer. I don't follow golf, but I would say equally as talented in a completely different way. Although John Daly was fucking funny in that movie, so they might have some beef.
But
like beef because they're competing for whoever is the most funny John Daly?
Yeah, it's like, motherfucker, stick to golf. This is my thing. He's like, but I'm funny too. It's like, motherfucker, I'll fucking punch you out. Yeah, but we settle in on the golf course. Like, well, I can't do that. All right, that's what I thought.
Please. He can't
John
even.
Daly versus John Daly. Who is the funniest John Daly on golfing? It's just, I don't know where I was going with that.
No,
I saw you where you were headed. It just kind of petered out, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, first of all, golfing John Daly would have to knock out overeating first. I mean, that's a battle he's been losing for years.
But he was damn good in Happy Gilmore too, though.
It's been
pretty much
his
like, because I don't follow golf. I don't follow sport in general typically, but I always heard like, yeah, John Daly is like, I know John Daly. It's a golfer. I don't know that John Daly. And I watched Happy Gilmore too. I'm like, yeah, this guy's pretty funny. Missed opportunity. They should have had them both.
Oh God.
In a movie full of fucking cameos.
Yeah.
2 John Dalys, home run. Or hole in one. Whatever.
Oh God. But I okay. How can I put this, man? How can I put this?
Okay.
Lucy is great in that way of that's why this thing is so weird for me. It is so weird. I really do think a lot more could be built off of this show, just off of the fact of how warped this particular society was. I mean, so warped that they went back. We're talking about we're in past 2000. Like, okay, again, give the exact date before the bombs dropped.
It was 2077 when they dropped, and I feel like I think we talked about this last week. I feel like they said what the date is. It's at least 200 years.
And see, and then that's the thing. Now, at that point, before the bombs dropped, they were still 50 years yet 50 years ahead of where we are right now.
Yep.
And yet sought to go not even back to where we are, but so far past us, back to the fucking circa 1950s. Not even in the look or the style or just the quaint sensibilities that they felt like was, but all the other, it just seems to lean into perspectives that I'm just saying.
Well, I think it's less that they went back. I think it just time, as far as progression wise, sort of stopped there as far as styles and that kind of thing. It's sort of like
they just been frozen essentially.
Yes, except for technical advancements and science and so on. But I don't think because to my recollection, racism and stuff was never a thing in the games. So to me, I always took that as like they progressed in that aspect as well. It's just the aesthetic mostly never changed, aside from the obvious fact, they got robots and so on.
And everything seen here and everything
like
seen
society
on the show
kept going forward.
but everything seen on the
Yeah.
show is accurate,
Yeah.
even down to the interracial marriage.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
See, that's still, and see when you see the correlation of it, I just it like I mean, and it's hard to have this conversation without getting, and I'll admit that's why that's why I'm not basically, I'm not trying to make it heavy anyway, by the way, but I also realize that it's hard to have this conversation without all the other details that makes this into a weird conversation that really doesn't have to be right now, so it's just more to say that, like, in the more traditional standpoint and race not being a particular part of the dynamic, why not just be a housewife? Coop's a successful actor. Why not just be a housewife? Why are we working in a corporation at Voltec? See, there's a certain trope that's been used for a while that would suggest that people now see and in the video game standpoint, it may or may not be. I can even give credence to the fact that some people might not have been going from that place when it came to the video game standpoint of certain things.
Like, I could be wrong. It's been aside from Fallout 4, which I don't think touched on it. To my memory, it's never really been a thing.
But no,
like,
it doesn't. And I'm not.
It's always been just a people to people. Like, there's never been that any kind of divide. Sort of. I mean, aside from between people and ghouls, there's definitely that.
Yeah, but I'm not trying. Like I said, that's certainly when. And I'm talking about in video games overall. I just don't think a lot of times that people are coming from that standpoint when it comes to the creation of video games, as it were. Because when Mike Tyson was a popular fighter, what I'm saying, he got Mike Tyson's punch out early on. What I'm saying? And when Buster Douglas beat him in that setup fight in Japan, he quickly got Buster Douglas, a Buster Douglas video game. I mean, it's not like it has ever been an issue when it came to that. The issue has always been the people when it came to video games, not the video game creators, as it were, so much.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not coming at a point of feeling like that it was structured in this. But when you see it laid out in live action and see where they kind of mentally are and see the way things are kind of structured, like here's this interracial relationship where, like, based on certain tropes and things like that, it just seemed like her angle is kind of clout chasing. The the reason for the marriage, they try to steep it. They try to steep it in something that was way before any of this, but somehow it got used in position. Somehow in her, somehow in her growth and her evolution as a woman, his fame, his influence, as a developed, she saw it as a tool, as a commodity to be used in her overall plan. Like when did the type of strategic thinking happen? No one can really say. Did it happen early on? Was she like you said, was she always this way? Or did she develop into this? It's a great question when you think about how she used him to, to basically, to basically sell this to the masses overall. So it's like that whole thing. It's like in that era, it's like it plays into I feel like in a way, honestly, whether knowingly or unknowingly, I feel like it plays into a trope where it's like, here's this black woman marrying into interracial, relationship. Like, she gets into the corporate sector and she immediately starts to be this person that's like that like it, where the white patriarchy is going, I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to show them that I can that I can stand up and be just as cold-blooded and duplicitous as they are. And it's like they want they want that represented, but and then they want the duality represented in the way of, oh, she loves her white husband, and but it's like, and it's just like, it to me it's like the framework, it just speaks to a certain statement that, in a way, and I don't, and sometimes I always try to take a moment of looking inward and say, am I basically leaning into my degree too much? Am I trying to read and analyze into things more so than I was before? But I just look at it. I look at that. I look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I see other things that I didn't even realize, guys. Like, have you guys ever heard of a movie called Neo Ned?
No, I haven't.
Neo Ned. No.
It's a movie that stars Jeremy Renner of Hawkeye fame, of course. And
Who?
Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye.
Oh, that guy that got run over by a snowmobile. Yeah.
Oh God. And Gabrielle Union. And
I gotta piss. I'll be back. Continue.
oh, hold on, real quick, because you might want to hear this real quick. Just real quick, something for you to mull over, and you can react to it once you get back. Neo Ned was it also starred Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union, are you guys familiar with her?
Yes.
I think so.
Dwayne Wade's wife. She was in one of the Bad Boys movies as Martin's sister.
Let me do the old Google. Come on now.
Yes, I know who Gabrielle Union is.
Okay. Okay. While you're getting there, I'm just gonna let you know Neo Ned stars these two people, where Gabrielle Union somehow channels the soul, the spirit or whatever of Adolf Hitler, and falls in love with Ned, played by Jeremy Renner, who was a neo-Nazi.
What?
Indeed.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I've definitely seen her in things. She was in Cradle 2, the number 2 of the grave.
Come
Neo
on.
Ned was
man.
not too long after.
Come on, man.
So
Come on, man.
So you seen that meme, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that meme, and it's fitting here. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
true. It's very true. And this is the kind of thing that I'm saying here. So it's like there's a certain trope, and I'm not in any way suggesting, by the way, let me be clear on that, but because that's a weird bring up. I'm not in any way suggesting that Walton Goggins character was in any way like that, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that there's a weirdness that they're playing at with the interracial aspect of, you know, say, of white males and black females a lot of the time. Like I said to you guys before, I have no issue with interracial relationships being depicted, you know, say, in content of various types. I just don't like I just find it kind of weird and kind of message sending that the dynamic seems to involve the white male and whatever other race of female that they want to put into that dynamic. And it's just like, and I think initially one of the more notable pioneers of that was Rick and Michonne from The Walking Dead.
They did fuck?
Huh?
They did fuck?
But was that ever a question? Wait, was that ever a question?
I don't know.
I stopped watching
that show. I stopped watching that show after like something.
Well, yeah, they definitely were in love and what have you, for sure.
Were the Tigers watching?
What the hell?
I'm gonna take a piss. For fuck.
Go ahead. But yeah. But yeah, it's I think it started there. I think that's where the initial, like, especially when their whole love story went through many different, story arcs and things like that throughout, and then even continue with a new variation of The Walking Dead, where you realize they're both alive and trying to find their way back to each other. I seen it again in The Expanse.
Wait, you see what in The Expanse?
I'm starting to call a little bit of the Rick and Michonne effect.
Wait, you're talking about Holden and Naomi Nagata?
Yep.
Ah, man. I mean, look, I didn't see a problem with their relationship.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Look at him now. Look who's getting older and wants to get in on the action right now.
No. It's all right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now he's mocking me now.
No.
It sounds
Look
like
at
he's
me
mocking
now.
me.
Duck.
Oh my.
Come
Yeah,
here.
that's my little guy now. He's getting older, and now I'm pretty sure, like I said, he's watching YouTube, so I'm pretty sure that he'll follow my footsteps and be a YouTuber as well.
He wants to be a part of the conversation.
Of course, definitely, he's talking more now, but I think after a while, he has his own little favorites now on YouTube. He likes, as far as his kid range go, he likes Combo Panda. He likes, Janet and Kate. They stream, play video. They stream and play video games and stuff like that. So he likes that type of stuff already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like I said again, I do not have an issue with it. But it's just, again, when you have the certain dynamic that's being pointed a certain way, it just makes it look like that way is the only way that works. Any other way, be it, be it, like, and I feel like they did try it in a way, like having Simu Liu and in that one scene where he was just playing the exceedingly great boyfriend or fiance or husband, exceedingly great, and just, he just coming out shining, shining example, shining leading, leading man with his, I think a sort of American Asian, love interest. I believe that, because I believe that one in the slasher one. I believe she was, her nationality was kind of foggy.
It's foggy.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Wow.
Look. You want to see yourself one time, so you can stop mugging for the camera, please.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look at him. He's in the Sonic outfit that he likes to wear like all the time. So say hey, everybody.
Hey,
If I had one, I would too. Hey, buddy.
I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. I go to do. Go to do that.
Okay. You got the time? Thank you, boy. Oh my god. Maybe you might help me. Maybe you might help me, boost up my channel views after a while.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Who knows? But yeah, it's just like I said again.
I came back to just the audio for a second, and I was like, "What the fuck? What am I? Oh, okay." It's adorable kid.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys were doing a bit or something.
Oh no, he's just, like I said, he's getting older, and he likes to. Now he wants to be. At first, he was, because for the longest time, I would let him just come on. I would just let him. He'll want to mess with the microphone, or he'll be confused what's going on. But now he knows a little bit more what's going on. He knows what this looks like now, because he's on YouTube pretty much now. But like I was telling Charles, pretty much after a while, give him a few more years, he's more than likely going to follow my footsteps and be a YouTuber also. He's already got some.
Give it like 2 years, he'll have more views than we do.
We need to do something about that. No, we need to do something. We need to make sure that
There's
he's.
nothing we can do about that. He's always going to have more views than we do. We just have to accept that.
Well, hopefully I can aura. Hopefully I've aura farmed him properly, and he'll help us today. You know, if I've done what I needed to do as a content creator, I farmed him properly, and he'll help us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. That's what you do when you grow crops. You have to harvest them and farm them properly, and therefore you'll bear good results and good fruit. Not fruit boys, but good fruit.
Thank God he pointed to Charles. He didn't point to me.
Um,
Ah, damn it, we're both fruit boys. This motherfucker.
I don't know, but oh,
Charles, check out this fruit boy down here with his gray sweater. What a fucking fanuke.
I'm sorry, man. Look, Dr. Evil will always be funny to me, and it makes it even funnier that if Lorne Michaels was anything like that, I just have to wonder, was he anything like that at all? Can you just imagine Lorne Michaels? About give me a freaking clue here.
You know, I want
clue.
Based on what I've heard over the years, I kind of can.
You know, I wasn't thinking about Dr. Evil when you were doing that. I was thinking.
You weren't? How could you not?
I was thinking about that that music video from that Indian or like maybe Pakistani like singer where they're going like you know that?
No, I don't think I do.
Wait, I think Stone knows what I'm doing.
Maybe, but I mean, I was really kind of giving the, you know, the, and then, you know, you gotta make sure you do the oh. You gotta make sure you can't miss the oh.
Oh my God, Cat, get out of the way!
Because if you leave that out, you're just not doing it right. You're just not in the moment of the details.
No, you gotta commit. Commit or fuck it, don't do it at all.
You gotta give that sound while he's going around like oh God, hilarious. Oh my God, that was just that was just hilarious stuff. But again, folks, again, no issue with the interracial stuff. No issue with, you know, and honestly, on a side note, I'm glad Walton Goggins, you know what I'm saying, has gotten an opportunity to show the other side of himself. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to be a guy who's, you know, he'll try at possible to variate on his voice and on his accent as much as he can, but overall, people love the fact that he sounds like he sounds like a gunslinging countryman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But for some people, when they start to hear it, it starts to sound a little bit more plantation. You know what I mean? You know, you kind of get what I'm saying, and then he gets pulled in the roles where he's kind of low key that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's good for Walton Goggins to be able to do something where he's not having to play into something simply because his voice may suggest it to some people. So I'm glad for that. I'm honestly glad for that. You know, it's great. It's great to see him have to show another, you know what I'm saying, side of that, you know what I'm saying, of that personality. I don't think he's contributed, you know what I'm saying, I don't think he contributes to any wrongness of the situation, even when he was on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I give, like I said, I give him a lot. I guess I give him a special bit of courage because a lot of times to get along in this industry, he's kind of had to do that because that's what people want to fucking play off of, because he sounds like that. He kind of looks like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, never especially, you know, so it's like, I'm glad to see it. But it just in an overall sense, it just feels like they just kind of play, into this. And even in this moment, bro, you gotta understand. And I can't, and it becomes racial because I, as a black man who would normally naturally be with a black woman, I have to now look at that and analyze my own brain, I guess, in a way, and say, is there something wrong with me? Am I a super asshole? Because I fucking feel like after all of that, because truly those bombs dropped where they dropped, and the guy, by the way, Robert House did have a prediction, give or take a month, that put the bomb dropping where he says the end of the world. Well, he did say the bomb drop eventually anyway in that conversation, coinciding with his daughter's birthday. Coinciding with Coop's daughter's birthday, April 14th.
But he also said, I think he said 2065. So he was off by quite a considerable amount.
Oh, okay.
So something in his predictions threw a wrench into things.
So when it didn't happen at that time, he expected nothing, and then her birthday comes along 5 years later, and that's when the bombs drop.
Well, yeah, because he's.
No, excuse
I
me.
think it was 2065.
12 years later, because you did say.
And it was. What date did he say in 2065? Do you remember?
April 14th. It coincided with her birthday.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the actual date was, because it was 2077. That I remember, but the exact
but
date.
he was celebrating her birthday. Was he not celebrating her birthday that day the bombs dropped?
It was someone's birthday.
Oh.
He was performing. No, he was performing at a birthday party, but I don't think it was her birthday. Although, no, I don't think it was hers. She did ask for a slice of cake, but it's like, you're a kid at a birthday party. Like, how would you not?
Okay. Well, okay. My mistake. I misplaced that detail. Then okay. Well, then that.
Because in that first episode, he was performing at some birthday party and some white people birthday party. It's like, why is Cooper Howard performing it? Why is he doing kids' birthday parties? Like, you know why? Because he's a pinko or whatever, I guess. Which is sort of yet to be seen as far as what the timeline we've seen. But obviously, it gets to that point.
Yeah, but wow. But I mean, do you understand how it hits you? Like, I guess to know the history and everything that it was, and all of that, because trust me, like underneath all of that style, all of that super efficient and proper way, it was still people with prejudices. It was still people with biases. It was still people, with skewed perspectives about other people, and everything like that. That did. It was more. It started to be more covered up, in a way. Where it was like, in the bigger cities or more up north, like they started to spin that story. So in the bigger cities and more up north, they're more progressive. They're not thinking about all that type of stuff. They would even told you that back in the 50s and back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, back at that time. When you go down south, however, when you go down south, that's when you deal with the real racists, the openly racist people that don't like darkies and everything like that. That's when everything started to be spent. So most people wanted to go to the bigger cities, to over to California, over here and over there, because it's like, oh, it's less of that bullshit going on down there supposedly. But then you realize what the truth is, that the racism is more corporate. You know, you can't get bank loans, you can't get small business loans, you can't get, you know what I'm saying, you can't, you know what I'm saying, you're still restricted from housing, you know what I'm saying, in certain affluent neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, certain, you know what I'm saying, certain people don't get picked, even if they're even hired for that corporation at all, they're not getting an executive position. So when those times when you see a black woman in an executive position like Barb was in, it raises questions. Maybe not from the people inside the corporate building, but certainly from the people outside of it. Like, what did she do to get there? You know, and that's kind of how it was. Whether the actual 50s, you know what I'm saying, definitely in the actual 50s and 60s. So, and if they're depicting that sort of perspective, I mean, I'm just saying, really honestly, I'm saying honestly, as a journalist and a content creator, I'm honestly feeling like there's like a like, it seems like in a way Fallout is like this onion, and it's like it's very layered. It's a very layered onion, honestly. And I feel like
So
more
you're saying
content.
you're saying it's like an onion because it's layered.
Absolutely, and I do feel like it could be so much more story and nuance that can be created from this, because it's a very interesting perspective to feel like a whole society throws itself in like the 50s and the 60s in style, and even the way it constructed the society itself in a way, the where it's just like it moves in this way, like everything that you see, you kind of feel like these people really fucking committed. It's like the whole society really fucking committed to taking it to either holding here in the 50s and the 60s or scaling it back. You know what I'm saying? And just progressing in the technology. That's it.
But I also feel like, as far as the racial stuff, though, I feel like there definitely is progression there, because I don't get the sense that anyone's really questioning anything as far as race goes in that timeline. I've never gotten that impression from anyone. It seems more like.
But that's the way it went in the 50s, in the actual 50s and the 60s.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in this future, though. I'm saying I feel like technology and societal views progressed sort of similarly, because like you don't get. I don't think there's been an instance of anyone being like, "Why is this black woman married to that black guy? Why is she there?" Or like, I feel like it's sort of it's putting everyone in pretty equal standing.
You would think so. You would think so. But again,
I do think so.
and I would think so too. But then there is a Supreme Court case, Loving versus Virginia, where it was basically where this couple, a white man and a black woman, fought the Supreme, you know what I'm saying, fought the Virginia law to their right to be married as a couple. And they basically were successful in white men being able to marry black women. But okay. it made that particular section of it legal, and that specifically, that very specific margin where white men can marry black women. So in that time frame, it would not have been a weird, what the hell is that type of situation. It wouldn't have been. Not in the real 50s and the 60s. It wouldn't have been a thing of that nature. Now,
no, but that's sort of what I'm trying to say. Like, so when was that? That was
in the 60s. I'm not sure what.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's six. I'm not sure what 60 what,
So,
but it
so like yeah, like going on 100. Yeah, actually, like, 'cause I'm trying to figure out when we're currently at as far as the flashbacks go. So it's got to be
but see what you're
it's got to
saying
be
is
early 2060s. But like what I'm saying is like I feel like it's progressed far beyond that point where it's just it like race just isn't a thing anymore. I haven't seen any indication of that
really.
race is like something that people consider anymore.
So in the 2 seasons that we watched,
Yeah.
okay, um, when we look in the vaults, are there any interracial relationships that we can recall? Just yes or no.
Hmm.
Um,
And also
Not that
if
I
you
can think of, but then
Mhm. Well, we're just doing
that's
yes or
not
no
this.
here. We're just doing yes or
Okay.
no here. We're just doing yes or no.
All right. No. Fucking stop interrogating me.
I'm just saying
Charles, tell
because
them to
we
stop
don't
bullying me.
because we
This
don't
isn't fun
because
anymore.
we have to resist coping. We have to resist coping. We have to be able to answer the question and see it for what it is, and we have to resist coping. We don't want to be those people who always look. I like the show. I don't look. There's no need to cope for Fallout because I like Fallout. I like it, but everything. But everything has its critique. It's interesting when you lay a concept out like this and make it live action. It causes real conversation to happen about it. It's not anything that they've done that I feel like they've done where they're being racial. I'm just
Hmm.
saying it's very interesting how the dynamic works. I'm just saying I don't see any other relationship of note where there's an interracial relationship in the reverse dynamic where there's a black man and a white woman per se. Now, and then the only time you see it in this show is through Maximus and Lucy, but they're the outskirts situation. She left the safety of the vault to go and to go in and move forward reclamation, and happens to bump into you know what I'm saying Maximus, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. It was more of a situation that might never have happened had things gone the way the controllers wanted it to go and everything like that. He might not have even survived. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that were ended up here where it just kind of seemed like an improbable thing that kind of happened through the chaos in the mode of the actual society. It was just a part of what it was just a part of what things were, and more of what made it seem more normal is because of course she's willing to step in and prove that she's not trying to be a quote unquote credit to her race. She's not or even a credit to human, you know what I'm saying, to the human race. You know what I'm saying? Like I will say that it's she's way more than a sellout. You know what I mean? She's way more than a sellout to black people. I mean, my God, she's a sellout to all people. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
Oh man, when I rewatched when I got the 4K and I was watching the pilot episode or the is it a pilot if something goes straight to series anymore? Like is that like
Well,
a
no, because it's still that because if they're considering it that trial chance that it could be canceled after that pilot and it goes,
that's true.
it's still a pilot, you know what I'm saying? But it,
That's
you know what I'm
true.
saying? You
But
know,
yeah, I was watching that first episode when when the Raiders come into the vault and they don't know they're Raiders yet, and she fucking bangs that guy. I'm like, ooh. I was thinking like forward, like Maximus better be careful. She just like fucking raw dogged this dude who's been out in the wasteland for probably his whole life. Like she might have some stuff.
I mean,
Might have
but I
caught
don't,
some things.
but I don't know. It's, but still, she is that sugar plum goodness that I mean, like, oh my God, like when you see her, when you see the hard work that they structured, that they did to basically get her that way. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like the Like she truly is. She true. If Okie Dokie was a person, it would be Lucy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that is. You know, and it's just like the big those big cute eyes, her whole sensibility, the smile, like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my
Which
god.
is another great thing that I saw, which fucking these fucking I I I don't know why I read things online. I regret it every time. Just enjoy shit. That PSA. If you enjoy something, people, just enjoy it. Because other people are just bags of shit who want to dump on things and everything. Nothing's ever gonna be good enough. But they pointed to the scene where she first meets Caesar's Legion, and she tries to give him that whole speech of like, "Hey, what you guys are doing?" Point to that as being like, "Oh, look, quirky female, like feminist bullshit or whatever the fuck." She gets crucified. It doesn't work out, which also is kind of like a speech check in the game. You don't have the quite enough charisma or whatever to pass that speech check, and bad shit happens to you. She
I mean, she
tried.
just.
She
I
definitely
mean, look.
tried, but she got crucified. Didn't work out. That's not successful girl bossing, if you ask me. To me, if they were really going to go that way, she would have gone through all that, and they would have been like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right." But that's not the way shit went.
Okay, look. Let me ask you this.
Needed to be
What what
saved.
what has been what has been for you the most unnecessary line, you know, in the show?
Unnecessary line, like what do you mean? Like,
So a line that didn't have to be there.
hmm. I mean, to be honest, I didn't like that they gave the war never changes line, which is an iconic Ron Perlman line, which comes from the intro of like all the games. I didn't like that they gave that to Barbara Howard.
Okay.
I felt like that should have been, at the very least, a ghoul line.
Okay, I have a line. It's the flashback scene for Shady Sands, where the guy who's being controlled by that mind controlled chip takes the atomic bomb to Shady Sands, and he says that famous quote from New Vegas, where he says like wandering the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I kind
Just
of
sort of
wish.
saying that
I
ad
don't
nauseum.
like that it was him that said that. I was kind
No.
of like, because in New Vegas, the NPCs that said that quote were the soldiers from the NCR.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that like one of the soldiers from the NCR would say that. That would have been very nostalgic for me.
Okay.
So it
What
was kind of disappointing that some random nobody that's being mind controlled would say that.
um
But
mine would
we
be
also have the sorry, just to cut you off for a second. We do have the kind of mystery of the week. We actually no, we do know who said it was Hank, but as to why, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because after the bomb went off, we saw Hank checking his Pip Boy, and
Mm.
it said like bomb detonated or whatever. Sorry, Stan, what were you gonna say?
oh no problem. My line would be when she's caught by the dollar store Romans initially, and
Mhm.
Lucy says, "I am nice." Like she has been showing that every single episode, you know what I'm saying, for almost 2 seasons. even when
Which
even when she really got down to shooting the shooting those, you know what I'm saying, those way back ghouls, you know what I'm saying, those
the
those those,
king?
those ghouls from the Grease, you know what I'm saying, the Grease cover band or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like even when
They
she
were
was
in New Vegas, the game. They were one of the sort of larger, I guess, gangs that were uh, in the surrounding areas of the strip in I think it was Freeside. They were
That's
like,
what's
yeah,
up.
but essentially a bunch of greasers, but they were like, yeah, one of the gang factions.
Yeah, so even when she was starting to really take business there, it was like the smile and everything like that. It almost makes you be like, oh, she's really finding her spark with this now. It's like it's like her saying, looking at them and saying, hey, I am nice. Like, you really just didn't need to say that. like, what have we been? What do you think we've been thinking this whole entire time? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think has been with you this whole time? You know,
But
you've
to
been
that
saying it without saying it the whole time.
to that point, though, we do see the complete sort of, well, not the complete, but that nice just sort of crater pretty much entirely after that. Once the drugs wear off, the betrayal happens. Her nice really starts to take a nosedive.
No, well, no. To be
Not
fair,
completely. That's why I made that retraction. Not completely,
you know,
but
but the
you
beat you
definitely see that things are starting to take a toll.
when you realize somebody's bargaining with somebody else and trying to take you back to the vault after you went all of this way to try to bring your evil father back, you know what I'm saying, back for justice, and someone's gonna bargain with that, yeah, I might, you know what I'm saying, I might get a little pissy too. I'm just saying.
But I feel like just since then, though, remains to be seen. We've got 2 episodes left, but pretty much her whole demeanor has changed.
But
Like she's still doing the whole justice thing, but
and
I feel like there's been a shift in the character since then.
yeah, I like to try smoking. You got a cigarette? You know what I'm saying?
No, not since then. I mean, since I guess especially since the betrayal. It's almost
Hold on.
specifically then, I guess.
His betrayal
The
or her
ghoul.
betrayal? His betrayal of her.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a decent shift in her personality since then.
Let me think about this again, because God, I just watched it 6 last night. So what am I not? What am I not understanding? What am I not
Like
getting here?
I feel like her tolerance for, I guess, tolerance for, well, not even a tolerance, her acceptance of bullshit has been severely diminished.
Okay, so let me see here. XMO. Okay, we had the Wrangler and then the other player.
The other
Okay,
player, yes.
because I know in that one. Okay, looking around. Okay, he takes her back. Yeah. You feel like that was a demeanor? Because I mean, I know he took her back to. I know Hank ended up taking her back to whatever place he had and shit like that. You know, and it's just like,
Yeah, that like not a skyscraper, but a definitely an underground building,
okay,
underground office complex, I guess you'd call it.
I'm just trying to, because I'm just demeanor. I mean, I know she puked the fuck up at one point. Yeah, you know, there was a whole cake game in the room, and he knocked his ass. I mean, he kind of, you know, I was kind of fucked up about that. I was really kind of fucked up the way he was really seeming like really lovelorn. I like I said, see that's what I think is the thing that's fucking with people. Honestly, it's this whole thing of the daughter being in the mix as a way of confusing or putting fog, and it's more than that, because like I said, you're on a rescue mission for your daughter. You know what I'm saying? You love your daughter still and you want to be with your daughter, but you know,
It's very much like from what we know currently, the wife is from what we know currently, the wife is inconsequential. He just knows that they're together.
inconsequential.
No, I mean, as far as like what we know now, his feelings about her, not good. The daughter's
Are
done
we?
nothing right.
But no, I
The
know. But
wife,
are we sure? Are we sure? Are we sure that his feelings about the wife are not good?
he called her the worst person ever. So yeah, I think it's not good.
When did that happen?
It was like the last thing he said to her, I think, in what we've seen. Because
Oh,
she was like,
in the flashbacks, though. In the flashbacks, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But something happened. But I'm telling you clearly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What we currently know. She said, there are worse people out there than me. And I think his last words to her in the episode were, who could be worse than you?
I get it.
So
But
from
the
what we
thing,
know now, yeah.
But still, but that still doesn't. Again, we're talking about a lot of time has gone on. A lot of
200 years.
time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200
And it's like
something years. Yeah.
And it's like I just don't inconsequential. I just don't see it that way. I know right now she's not playing a big part because she played a big enough part. Now it's like I'm trying to tell you. I am trying to tell you. Like I don't know where she plays, where her role is with the final boss, but I'm telling you, it's something, man. It's
Oh yeah, it's 100% more. I'm just basing it on purely on what I have been shown. But
yeah, I just I don't know. I just feel like in that moment, I feel like it was more than just thinking about his daughter. He honestly felt like and Hank even felt like Hank for some reason felt like the threat of you know what I'm saying, of doing something to his wife, you know what I'm saying, Chamber, you know what I'm saying, would affect him too. You know what I'm saying? If we know this and they know certain things, they would know that threatening his wife's Chamber wouldn't affect them at all. Or shouldn't affect them. Only his daughter's
that said, they are kind of connected. Because you think he's just going to do one without the other?
He could.
He could, but would he though?
Hank?
Yeah.
Why not? If he only needs,
I don't think
if he only, and really, like I told you before, it's all hollow threats. But I feel like he only needs to threaten his daughter to get him to back off. Why would threatening his wife, a woman who he hates, would affect him to back off?
That's true, but to that, like, it's.
I think it's the arrogance.
When you
I think it's the arrogance and I think it's the arrogance and the instruction and programming of Barbara coming into play and her arrogance, you know what I'm saying, coming into play.
Yeah.
That he might still feel something for her and within that's still his wife and you know, he wouldn't want anything to happen to her either, even though he still loves her and everything like that. That, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just
that's
feeling
the thing,
like
because it is like that. It's like they've known each other for however many years, decades, whatever. Like, despite what she's done, the things she's put into place or whatever, like he still deeply loves this woman. Like, as much as he's just like, I despise what you're doing, it's like I still fell in love with, maybe an illusion. Like, you don't know, sort of thing. Like, and maybe he never had that confirmation. Maybe he never got that sort of closure as to, like, is this the woman I fell in love with? Is she a monster? Like, but it is 12 years.
okay.
So
yeah. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Yeah. But I could be wrong. I think What's his name? Jonathan Nolan. I think he said he plans for this to be 5 seasons, whether or not that remains to be, but I feel like that's a reasonable amount, but I also kind of feel like I want more than that. So hopefully that's not the case, but at the same time, shit often runs too long. So if it is just 5 and they wrap it up neatly, great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Breaking Bad was only meant to be 3 seasons initially or something like that, and ended up going for
Ended up
technically
going for
se-
6
technically
seasons, I think.
well technically 7 because 6 was split up. So however you want to view that, but that was that was the right amount.
Yeah.
It went for it worked out.
Mhm.
But a show like this, especially with the what I'm sure is an insane budget, if we get all 5, yeah, I think I'll be happy as long as it keeps going at the rate it's been going. Because again, a lot of people have been very salty about this, but I'm so sick of people. I truly am.
Yeah.
Like there are some truly terrible things out there, video game adaptations and whatnot. And sure, I get your point, but people just want to shit on things. That's what they want. That's what they need, I guess. And to me, this is not one of them. As someone who's been playing the series, like, okay, I haven't played Fallout 1 and 2 all the way through, but I've been playing this series since fucking 2006 or 7, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
My first introduction to Fallout was Fallout 3.
Yeah, same.
And I
I've
did.
played some of 1 and 2, but my computer at the time was too shitty to run them properly.
Wait, they were
But
too shitty to run Fallout 1 and 2?
it was a very old Mac, and it was not designed to run like any game properly. So
Must have been a really shitty computer.
it was great for many things, but not that. Not that. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, it's just the my next Fallout game after Fallout 3 would have to be all the way into Fallout 4. And
So you played New Vegas after?
yeah, I played New Vegas after Fallout 4.
Okay.
I mostly avoided New Vegas because of all the bad things I heard about it, like technical problems it had. And when it came out, I did not have a gaming capable PC. So my only option was to play it on console, and I heard that the console version of the game was buggy as hell. So I
I
avoided it.
mean, that's I mean that's not even a fault. It's a Bethesda thing, really. Basically, like, are you going to play a Bethesda game? Yes. Okay. My first advice to you is save as often as possible.
Oh no, I learned that the hard way when I played Morrowind
Yeah,
because
even back then it was fucking.
it was bad when Morrowind came out because in Morrowind every time you entered an instance, whether it be a cave or a dungeon or a building like a house in a city, when you go from one instance to the next, you gambled with your save file because there I cannot even count how many times my save file got corrupted every time I went into a new instance. The save file would freeze. I would be forced to shut down my Xbox just so I could load everything up again. And then come to find out my save file got corrupted because of it. And then I'd have to start over again.
Well, Yeah. Thankfully, I never had the corrupted thing, but it was just like because my first, to my knowledge, my first Bethesda game was Fallout 3, and it's just like, have you done something? Save, because there will be crashes, and it's not no corruption, but you will lose whatever the fuck you've done since you last saved. So make sure you do that.
Yeah, but what I did is I would save before entering an instance. I would save after I entered the instance. And I would do that every single time I changed instances. Every single time. It got tedious, but it was what I had to do to protect my save files.
And it's like, sadly, ultimately, it is worth it. Like, that tedium is fucking shitty, but some of my greatest fucking memories of playing Fallout 3 in New Vegas. As annoying as it was to have to save all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Great time.
I think I may have perfected the skill of save scumming.
Stone's just like, come back to this fucking
Yeah, it's like
F-word shit.
look at these two dullards talking about their video games.
No, I mean that's
Oh.
a story as old as the first Atari game. Well, no, not really, because there was no way to save shit on that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god, no.
even
There's so many games I never finished back then because like this is too hard and you have to restart everything. Thankfully
and-
now if you play those things on most modern stuff, there's like rewind features and stuff and you can actually complete things.
But yeah, so no, like I said, definitely. I'm saying definitely a story. Definitely things have gotten better with that situation. With with saving, with with going back, with revisiting situations and scenarios. Yeah, they do all types of stuff like that. So, yeah. Again, like always, brave new world out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I still I guess the situation just nags with me because I truly feel like in the end, I just feel like there's just some sort of sucker punch that's gonna happen involving her. But I feel like there's some detail that detail that we're missing, or that big part of the story that we're missing that's going to tell us a few things. I feel like that has yet to come. I think it's probably going to be on its way that lets us know what's got him, because something, in my opinion, has got him feeling like he's trying to save them both. The energy just feels that way to me. Nothing, even in that moment of having, yeah, we'll do something. Look, don't touch. You'd be like, don't touch my daughters. Don't touch, even not touch my daughter. I don't give a good goddamn about Barb. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't touch my damn daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's, or something to let people know that he is definitely not caring about what the fuck happens to Barb. You know what I'm saying? But he still seems to care about what happens to Barb. I just feel like it. And I feel like
Yeah, it is like it is a little bit like they're kind of attached. Obviously they're in stasis together, but yeah, there is that though. It's not just complete disregard. It's not just, oh, she's a necessary evil, I guess.
hold on. So are you suggesting that if Barb dies, her daughter dies?
No. What I'm saying is like, because they showed like her pod is right above the daughter's pod, so they're basically, they're together.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is like, do I even know what I'm saying anymore? That's what I'm saying.
Like you're a moral guy, you know what I'm saying, Damian, with honor, and I feel and I feel that, and I think that that's reflective of what Cooper the ghoul is trying to be. He's being depicted. I think especially when you look at his military record, who he was, he's being depicted as a man with honor. And so that's what you have to lean to and hold to and cope with when he looks like he's softening up for some reason for Barb, who did. I mean, all of his suffering is because of her. Every bit of it.
100%.
Every bit of it. How can you not? There's no moment where I have a moment of somebody saying, I will do something to your wife if you don't back off. Do it. Do it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
also, like, to go a little further into that, like, so, because to me, like, had she saved a spot for him in that, do you think he would have said no? I don't think so. I think she was just like, nah, fuck you. It's me and the girl, and you can, you know,
What if she made it
whatever
seem like
happens to you happens.
what if she made it seem like she got kidnapped? What if she made it seem like she got taken? And that's what's fucking and that's what's fucking with his head right now.
It could be like there's got to be something like that because there's no way that she made a place for the whole family, and he was just like, no.
Damn it, Fennel.
I mean, no, but better yet, see, look at it this way. See, again, you're looking at it from like a moral, like this is my wife. How could she? Type of situation. Once you hear that your wife is willing to bomb,
Come on,
is
Cap.
willing, is willing to nuke the country, the whole world, even like to sell products. Like you have to know at that point before anything actually happens. For her being willing to say that, for her being willing to say that war is always going to be war, so why not profit off of it? Why not perpetuate it and profit off of it? You have to know you're dealing with a person that you cannot really trust. That you cannot really trust for anything. You can't. I mean, you can't even trust to keep. You can't even trust her to even want to keep humanity safe as a whole. She will put all of humanity at risk. You know what I'm saying, and possibly even risk killing the whole of humanity just to sell products.
Not
Like
only
even
sell
before
product, but because she's got to be in on the experiment plans as well, right?
the conversation shows that she really don't much care what experiments are going on. So I mean,
Yeah.
the experiment with the fake Robert House pretty much showed that. I mean, what do we think about that anyway? We didn't really speak about the fake Robert House situation. Is that practical? Was that again old school 1950s, 1960s famous guy type shit? See, they press it so hard. It's like they studied so hard, or either like you said, they were like they were in that moment and just got completely frozen, which is so interestingly weird for something like that to happen to a whole entire society, for them to be so completely frozen in an era of time that somehow the technology and things move in a way, but it moves in a real old timey kind of way. The machine, you have robots going around and speaking and consciousness and things of this nature, but it still looks like the old 1950s when we first started working with robots for the most part, in a way, in a little bit of a way.
Oh man, it was so great when I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, where the ghoul went to get help from the NCO, and he came across Victor, the fucking Securitron.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's like, Victor,
Even
what the fuck you doing here?
the picturing and everything.
Hello, Pilgrim. He's fucking all fucked up.
Oh yeah, and we also remember that's where we where he first met, and then they give us where he first met Victor when he went to go and meet, you know what I'm saying, the real Robert House, aka the bathroom creep.
Yeah. What was it? Something like a real veteran would know never to talk politics when a guy's got his dick in his hand, I think was the quote.
Yeah. I would say some guy sitting in there, are you a pinko? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, like who in the fuck is sitting around here even talking like that? Who would come here to honor the guy and then wondering if he's a fucking pinko? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. And see, and that shows you right there. Communism, like to even look at communism and socialism, you know what I'm saying? To say that we're progressing beyond that, the technology is progressing, but we're still stuck even to that point. Because also, if you look it up, communism and socialism were also used as a ploy, you know what I'm saying, as a ploy to basically attack black people racially. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. You know, the Red Scare, the Red Scare was, you know what I'm saying, they would use any tactic for division. So when people started realizing, like, hey, maybe, you know what I'm saying, why aren't people more focused? Not so much like we want to be communists, but why isn't there a little bit more focus on people getting? I mean, how can you name certain states the Commonwealth, but then act like, you know what I'm saying, communism is like the worst thing ever. Yeah. And any black person that's speaking up for their rights and wanting more for themselves, you're a communist. You know what I'm saying? You're a pinko. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? It's like, dude. I'm telling you, there. I mean, this is not a referendum on the game, or even. I mean, maybe I won't say maybe not on Amazon, but I would just say that it seems like the live action, they're really seeming to be leaning on some of the overall arcing situations that, you know what I'm saying, that were actually present in the 50s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that because America doesn't, because I mean, and that's the one thing that I should say to you, Damian, is that America does not like to confront racism like that. You know, they'll give events in history that can't be denied and so forth, which is why Trump now is trying to erase, you know what I'm saying, Black history museums and slavery museums that basically kind of keep the memory, you know what I'm saying, people other than people who know the history can go and view and see this is what kind of thing that was going on. They want to pull that away now, out of sight, out of mind, as I think the prevailing theory for them, I think. You know, so like there's a section of white Americans, not all, there's a section of white Americans that don't like to confront the racist history of this country. They've taken to calling it critical race theory and trying to make it a villainous thing that makes young white kids believe that they're racist as a result of people in history being racist. So,
and see, I think that's largely part of the reason why people go wrong. Like it is that, like, hey, you were born like, 2000, right? Well, you're responsible for hundreds of years of stuff, and people's just like, no, fuck off. That's where they go wrong, I think.
Which side? The person accusing?
Yeah, the person who's just like, it's your fault. And it's like, I did nothing. It's like, no, but you did. You're complicit. Like,
yeah, are there balls like that? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Now, but let me say this. A person,
because they do the same shit here. They're just like, hey, like, the people who started Australia, they killed Aboriginals, right? Like, but I didn't. It's like, no, you did. You just don't know you did.
Okay. Well, yeah, those people are, those people are I think across the board they can be considered agitators. But see,
and those people, they get the attention. That's the problem. Like, okay. People like these are the, like, in this country, like, we get a lot of people who are quote unquote Aboriginal elders who are whiter than I am, lecturing other people who are less white than they are on racism. And it's fucking crazy.
Okay. Definitely get that. But let me ask you this.
This is the whole deep discussion that is not right for right now, but it's just like.
But I'll ask this though. Yeah. a person who grew up, a person who was born in 2000,
Yeah.
who will try to theorize that the Holocaust never happened. What does that make them?
A retard?
That's it. That I mean that's foundational, but is that all that would that make? It doesn't make them complicit. Now I'll strike that as a possibility. Still, it still doesn't make them complicit. But what does it make them though?
Wow. And educated.
Does
like
it make it racist? Does it make them racist, or does it make them at the very least feel secure in the institutionalized racism? If you could honestly feel like that, it's worth discussing that you don't think that the Holocaust actually happened. Like, what is that type of conversation that you want to start? What does that really say, for example? Because I can go outside of my own race and kind of just give an example and say, like, what would somebody be trying to accomplish by starting the conversation of, I don't think the Holocaust actually happened?
Yeah. No, I see the point you're trying to make. It's not to go
It's like it's not
completely
that
in a different direction, but it's just like the moon landing, right? It all kind of falls into that at a certain point.
if anybody can say, if anybody says, you know what, if I were on the other side, if things were reversed, and we were the mainstream power structure, and someone said to me, you know what, you're complicit on what happened to us in a lot of our situations, all I could say is, you know what, I don't subscribe to what was going on before. You know what I'm saying? At all. I don't subscribe to that. I don't sweep it under the rug. I don't act like it was a moment in time. It's something that happened and that it didn't have its own ripple effect. You know, all I can do is do, you know what I'm saying? Is do my part in the here and now to show that I'm not somebody that, even though I may be somebody who benefited in some way from that, but it's not something that's going to define me in the here and now and what, you know what I'm saying, and what I'm doing in the conversations that I'm going to have. I'm not going to sit out here and try to be performative, but I'm going, you know what I'm saying, but I'm never going to deny, you know what I'm saying, what was and what still may be going on now. And if there's something that I can do, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, to really be a positive, you know what I'm saying, help in the change, I'll do that. It's that simple. It's not,
And
you know.
And that's, again, that's where they hurt their own message, is when people say, what you're doing now is exactly the same as what happened before,
Yeah,
just because you don't acknowledge your complicity. It's like, but
no,
it
it's
wasn't.
no, but see, those are the people that I consider. I don't know who they are here in America that says things like that. That would say things like that. I can't, because see the way I work my algorithm, because I can't help it. None of us can really help this algorithm shit. But I try to work my algorithm.
I've tried. You can't help it.
Yeah, so I tried to work mine to where I don't get like a lot of random strays and bullshit that comes along that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not that really doesn't coincide with me at all. So I don't know of anybody of note in my book that's like speaking on white people that were born today are just complicit. There's no complicit in the situation. Complicit means you were a part of what happened. So that's a hard argument to make, number one. So what we're talking about is perpetuation. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, it's not about complicit. It's not about complicity. It's about perpetuation. Do you perpetuate the thought processes of the past? Are you weren't a neo-Nazi before, but are you now saying that I don't think the Holocaust happened? You weren't part of the Klan before, but are you now saying that black people were better before they got their civil rights? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand what perpetuation is and understand that being complicit, yeah, you weren't a part of it. You didn't do anything in the past. But what are you doing and saying now? Complicit. Yeah, anybody that's having a conversation about being complicit, that's weird. That's weird for anybody to say you're complicit. Anybody's complicit unless you're speaking to a 60 to, you know what I'm saying, a 60 to 70-year-old man or woman, white man or woman. That's the only people you could say you may have been complicit because you were old enough to be a part of what was going on way back in the day. That's the only person. That's the only type of people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're talking to a younger generation of people who perpetuate either because of the influence of their parents or grandparents before them, their money, you know what I'm saying, their status that makes them toe the line, or either they see merit in what they've said and what they believe and see how it benefited them and decided that they will go ahead and just get on board. You know what I'm saying? Those are the perpetuators. Those are the people who will continue, and when they do their thing, they're complicit in their own thing. If they do certain things to people or affect people's lives, they're complicit in their own situation. They're not complicit in what the older types did way back in the day. They're not complicit for that, but they're complicit in what happens in the here and now, and their own decision making. That's it. And otherwise, other than that, they're just perpetuators of the situation. That's it. Continuers. If that simpler word helps people out, they're in the continuance of, you know what I'm saying, of this sort of social dynamic and how people feel about each other and have, you know what I'm saying, to have that intensity with each other, which is bullshit. That's why other than that, I love this show. I love Fallout. I love everybody that's a part of Fallout. I constantly, even in the more intense racial movies, I give much credit to people who were willing to play those roles because it's not easy. It's not easy to put yourself out, especially when you're the kind of person that's well liked, like Don Johnson, like even a Jonah Hill at that time. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. It's not easy to come out to basically play a role that makes you look this way, you know, as a white person. So I do give people a lot of credit for being willing to do those things. Ain't easy.
That's right. Jonah Hill was in Django for like 5 seconds.
Hey, enough to really make an impression. I feel you.
Like, was it like the Klan scene? He took off the hood and it's like, oh fuck, it's Jonah Hill. He was meant to play someone else, I think, but he couldn't. But they managed to get him to that like brief thing. I can't remember what other character he was meant to play, but it wasn't that.
If anything, he might have played he could have played one of the slavers that Jamie Foxx was under, that he ended up killing, you know what I'm saying, first. But hey, like, you know what?
I think it might have been. It was something like that. Like it was meant to be a bigger role, but they just couldn't, like he was doing something else. They just couldn't get him for that amount of time.
But yeah, it's just.
But yeah, like sorry, just cut you off for a second. Like when the ghoul was on the pole and he's basically turning feral into a feral ghoul, but he's sort of like remembering, like he's got the flashbacks, but then he's saying, like, for the first time he's saying what his name was, or his, you know, his prior life name was, almost to a point. It's like, my name is Cooper Howard. Like, it was fucking, god damn, motherfucker's a good actor.
Yeah, like I said, man. Like I said,
he will never let you down. I can't speak for the future, but so far, motherfucker is just, he's so good. Because that shit was heartbreaking. I think he was saying his daughter's name out loud and shit as he's like,
yeah, it sounded like he was
dying.
trying to remind himself to try to stay human.
Yeah, as he's like literally like, yeah, turning feral, and it was, oh god damn, was it good.
I'm trying to tell you, man, like I said, that everything is structured pretty well, but I just think it's a very interesting story. Like, that's why I understand sometimes. Overall, I went with it and I understood where Jim was going for sometimes, where we were doing our own little experiments, our own little social experimentation with the people that we would speak with, and just trying to understand where they were coming from, what perspective they were coming from, and the decisions that they made and everything like that. I just think that, no, come on, of course not. What the hell are you talking about? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Got it.
I know. Shut up. Fuck you.
Please, you know, I mean,
Levity, levity.
I'm giving it. I'm just saying. Truly, I understood the experiment that he was trying to do, and I, you know, what I'm saying. But it's a certain point where it just runs dry after a while. You know, what I'm saying. You just understand the experimentation, and then you understand when it's run its course. Good day.
Yeah.
We're almost done. We're almost done here. We're running a little bit over our new time, but forgive. But we have to be
Yeah, we have a
forgiven.
little bit. Good morning, Mr. Kiss. We're experimenting with being more what's the word? Uh,
Efficient.
Efficient. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not too far over that. We started way late, but runtime wise,
But we
you know,
just. But I mean, this is the first resolution. Is the first time we resolved to do this. So you
that's
know,
true.
but so we'll get better. We're definitely not going to. We're definitely not going over. Uh, I don't suspect we'll go over 3 hours, and I definitely know we're not going to 4. So, but
No, if I mean you guys can, but Charles is gonna go to sleep. Stone can talk. I'm going to bed.
I'm about done here. I just, you know, what I'm saying, it's just like I said, I definitely like everything the way it was set up. Everything is good
Mm.
about this show. I really appreciate everything about this show, and I appreciate that kind of actual. It's hard when you start to see people in live action. It's hard not to see the, you know what I'm saying. It's hard not to see the dynamics as they were
Yeah.
and everything like that. So, but like I said, it's to me, it's just very interesting content. It's very. I don't look at it as hurtful. I don't look anything that I'm seeing as hurtful. I'm looking at it as it's very layered content. It has a potential for very, very layered content to really give nuances in different ways because, like, it's very interesting. Like, it's not so much like I know why they're doing this, but it's almost like really I'm very interested in why is it that this moment, like this era, is so. That's the place you want to, that's the place you really want to center back on, like in almost every way, down to the letter. We're centering in on that, and because I mean, because I was gonna finish. Like, did we notice um do we notice any gay relationships at all? Now again, see when you look at the outskirts of the Brotherhood of Steel, you seen the one female that was kind of, you know, but
Probably transish, trans adjacent. You know,
something like that, but or
fairly
gender
sure it's the lady with the mustache. I think.
gender maybe at best to be more gentleman, at best to be as gentlemanly as I can, gender fluid possibly, if I'm not, hopefully I'm not using that incorrectly, but I would say at very least gender fluid.
Mhm.
But otherwise, was there any other situations being depicted, especially in a much more modern time than this? We're just, the technology's going, but we're still scaling back. We don't see that. You know, you even know, because even though they wouldn't do a whole lot of, yeah, I mean the Watchmen even went to where they were willing to even acknowledge that even back at their time of the, oh God, what were they called before, the Minutemen? That when they were the Minutemen, they
Yeah.
even had a lesbian superhero. You know what I'm saying? I put the quotations on that because yeah, the Minutemen, as it were, they were a little bit more show, and not that much go. You know, so I mean, you know, but if you know the lore, you know the lore. You know, so it's like so it was like they dealt with that, but they really didn't deal with the fact that there were absolutely no black superheroes. Just saying. You know, sometimes it's the way you don't deal with it that makes people see it even more. Like to not have the talks of racism, to like talking about it, but to kind of have these different little modes of history, especially in the beginning, that shows different things that might have derived from that. You know, and still kind of play into that, but it's still kind of act like, well, it's not really that with them. They don't. but there's no black superheroes here. There's no black. No one here has superpower. Hardly anyone in the Minutemen has superpowers, but there was no one black still. You know, it's just like I'm just like, okay, you know. So it's just like they know that, and content, they know that the 1950s was that they were killed. The female lesbian superhero was killed because of the fact that she was a lesbian, and she was outed and found out to be a lesbian. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The 1950s and 60s were. So I'm like, why are we so stuck on that particular era that was kind of? I'm just saying it's interesting. It's interesting to find out what the approach is. But you know, it just that's all I'm saying. I just found this whole thing because the more, like, every time, even though I know you told me that this is 20, like this is 2000 beyond, right? And it's like going into the 22nd, you know what I'm saying, century almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ, right? So it's like,
well, in the present timeline, yeah, it would be.
Yeah, so it's like, but but every time you see it, everything is so hardwired to that true circa 1950 time frame. It's just mind-boggling how that is. It is truly mind-boggling how they really just kept to this. Like, it's a very interesting part of the story that I don't think people are seeing. It's like because you feel like it's so nice, it's so stylish, it's so, oh my God, you look at the lands, you look at the way the architecture, the way people were, it was just so like, wow, so snazzy, so swaggy. I get it. And I get it. I totally get it. The suits, the styling, everything was just so modern, not modern. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they felt like. I think that's a part of the hook, because everything was sort of getting to that point of trying to be modern, not modern, where they were making these sort of like these new inventions, these new things that seemed like we were trying to move into the future, but still keep this whole trad sensibility in a way. So I guess they decided to go ahead and move forward with that. I get it, but it's just the other parts that are just very interesting. Is all I'm saying. It's just very interesting the way they did that. You know, just saying. But I enjoyed.
Zach Cherry better be okay. God damn it.
What you say?
I feel Zach Cherry, the chubby. I think you called him a mixed race dude when I claimed he was a black guy. The guy who was the whistleblower.
I called him an almost black guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one. He better be okay. God damn it! But I'm not sure. I suspect no, because Eye Patch Blondie is crazy. Well, she's not crazy, but she's Eye Patch Blondie.
I would probably say that again, I mean, is it so the thing is, right? Are we to feel like this is just humanity's response to this situation? Like the fallout, like part of the fallout, you know, cleverly put, you know what I'm saying, cleverly, you know what I'm saying, when you look at the new definitions of the word, or, you know, or the sort of like the many ways you could spin fallout in a way. Like, so when we're looking at the fallout of humanity, are we looking at it from a point of this is just how humans are? She is how humans are. There's nothing else affecting her. She is just how humans are.
Certain humans, I guess. Like, again, she is.
But it seems like a lot of these humans are like that, though. It seems like the ones who run the corporations, the ones who are inside, everybody seems to be okay with the way things are going. Except for
Yeah.
the people who got fucked over. They're not okay with the way things are going. But everybody else seems to have this air about them, like they're okay with the way things are going. Or is it just, I mean, I'm just trying to figure. I just figure when you have certain monsters and things like this, like these improbable monsters that happen because of these things and the experimentations and the so on and so on and so forth. You know, I just have a hard time believing that it's just the way that this woman is just certainly a product of just the way things are. You know, it's just, is she evil because she's evil? Is she evil? I mean, I'm not saying that's a far-fetched thing
Well,
for her
I
to be
think
just
she's
plainly
I think
evil.
she's evil because she's Canadian. Wasn't that the thing? On like when he
Uh,
came across her fucking her passport or her license or whatever, she was Canadian.
think about it. Think about it. We're between the 1950s and 1960s. She's from Canada. What does that make her? What does she become an automatic suspect of?
Of being a fucking hoser.
Okay, then I'll make him Canadian ass. So like, what is that? So what would that make her if he's an old school 1950s, 1960s American? What is that? What would that possibly make her?
A fucking one-eyed hoser.
Don't you know?
He's not
Fucking
Canadian, okay? He's not Canadian. He's not Canadian.
wasn't that?
He's not a
Wait, but
fucking
she
pinko.
is.
A fucking pinko. A fucking pinko. A fucking pinko. Like the evil people are the non-Americans. Like maybe the final boss is the non-Americans.
I mean, the Chinese have always been a problem.
But what if that's the way
Well,
it is?
I don't claim to be an expert of Fallout lore, but I do know that at some point prior to the bombs dropping, the American government did annex Canada.
They did, yes.
Yeah, they annexed Canada.
God, Donald Trump is a character from Fallout. Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take? Is that a hot take, or is that a? I mean, when I hear this, when I hear that in the game, the U.S. annexes Canada, and then I realize, and I realize what's happened in the recent past, and I'm sitting here like, come on, is Donald Trump a character from Fallout? Is he
A
Robert
lot of
Harrison?
people have been saying we could annex Canada. I said we ain't. We're gonna go with Venezuela first, but Canada's a consideration.
No, he was trying to get them to join the United States at one point in recent history. I mean, just recently, there was talks about this.
I saw that as a meme online. I don't know if that's true.
See, that's the thing, and that's how Trump fucked people over because every time he said something, they thought it was like they thought it was like a fucking cartoon. He's not real. He's just saying that. He's campaigning for president, you fucking doofballs. He's saying it during a debate. He's telling you, I have a concept of a plan. We're thinking on it. We have a concept of a plan. It's gonna be great though. Once we get it, it'll be great. But we have a concept. Like it's just what the fuck? Like people thought it was funny. People thought it was funny.
We're gonna take Greenland. I don't know why. Nobody knows why.
Like, don't worry about what we're doing in the White House. They're eating the dogs out there. They're eating the dogs. The Asians, they're eating the dogs, please. It's this terrible thing they're doing. They're losers. They're garbage. They eat dogs. Like it's I'm like,
God.
Like it's like, come on, man. Like people hurt.
Other people said it's raining cats and dogs. No, it's stewing cats and dogs, and it's the Haitians that are doing it.
I'm just telling you, like it's people thought he was funny. People thought all that shit was reality show fluff and thought he was funny, and then he became president, and people are getting deported like a motherfucker. It's you know what I'm saying. It's looking. One guy was walking out like the border patrol chief, you know what I'm saying, ICE chief, in an SS jacket.
Wait,
Haven't seen that.
as in German SS?
Yes, the jacket looked reminiscent of a damn SS jacket in the winter snow when they were popping people in the heads and dropping them in fucking mass graves, bro. It was crazy. The only thing was missing was the hat. I'm telling you, it was fucking. It's. I'm trying to tell you, these people. It's. And again, like. Again, review again. How are we feeling about Macaulay Culkin's performance in this in his episode? In the episode that he made a cameo in.
I want to say fuck you because how dare you?
What?
Your segues are terrible.
What did I do?
So actual atrocities, but also how about Macaulay Culkin's performance in Fallout? What the fuck? We need to end this shit.
Yes, we do.
This motherfucker's getting out of control.
But I mean, what
No, don't you be
levity, right? Levity, right?
No,
Not levity.
no. I tried. I can. No. This has been TEE TV for this week. I hope you're not too depressed. If you are, blame Mr. Stone because he decided to get all heavy in the fucking last like couple minutes of the show with his fucking politics. Everybody's saying Mr. Stone gets way too heavy with the politics. A lot of people are saying this.
I thought I was making fun of Trump.
You definitely tried, but a lot of people are saying it was very bad. It's very terrible.
Yeah, I mean, look, the outlook on what he does is terrible. Yes, I'm just saying, like within Macaulay Culkin, it was like, look, I mean, speaking of another weird guy, I mean, Macaulay Culkin, right?
Like, it's like, hey, how about them Mets?
Because,
Yeah, that Macaulay Culkin.
I was in the second movie with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah,
I was in the hotel, so it justifies all this bullshit this guy's trying to do.
Yeah, the Haitians eating the dogs, you know. But speaking of dog eating, that Macaulay Culkin performance was live.
What the fuck? How do you go from that to Macaulay Culkin?
I mean, he was certainly eating the dogs. Jesus Christ.
He was on his way to doing that in Home Alone 2 because he was like, eh.
I don't know. I mean, it was. I don't know. Oh God! I saw it. I don't know. I mean,
I do know. This has been TEE TV for this week. We will be back next week with the 7th episode of Fallout and whatever else, and hopefully none of this heavy Somali daycare, whatever the fuck else.
The garbage people, the garbage people eating the dogs, the garbage people, the losers.
The Haitians are eating the dogs. The Somalis they've got their daycares. The
Democrats, the Democrats, they try too hard. They use "fuck" too much in the same statement. You can only use one. They use 6 or 7. They try too hard. They're losers. I'm sorry. They're eating the dogs.
Eating the fucking dogs. See, you get one. You get 2. All right, I am.
It only came up because I raised the possibility of Trump being a character from Fallout. I'm just saying.
Which again, why are you soiling the things that we're doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing?
It was just
For
really
now, we are doing goodbying. I am quote Damian J. Rogers. Damian Ray Rogers? Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm Damian Ray Rogers. This guy over here is Charles Reedon. This guy down here is a fucking asshole.
oh. I don't eat dogs. I'm just saying I don't eat dogs.
So he claims, might not be true. A lot of people are telling me. I'm fucking hitting that right now. Goodbye.